Alright, welcome back to Roll Your Damage. Last time we left off, we had everybody had fought a strange swarm of what is now known as the Blight Swarm, a creature that puts you to sleep and keeps you alive long enough to siphon all of the energy you have left remaining in your body. By the time they awoke, the Blight Swarm must have been scared off by something, as they suddenly find themselves
attacked by a giant cat.
Hurrying to find aid as fast as they possibly can. Their first hope, a cart, heading back to Anchor Point, where they had just come from a day before. So, that out of the way. What are you guys doing?
Somebody grab the merfolk, let's run after this car right now!
Alright.
Belton, wake up.
Yeah? What's going on?
We are all on the verge of death and we need to leave.
Yeah, okay.
How the hell did you not get eaten?
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I was napping hard.
Did you have any odd dreams?
No? Standard frolicking in fields.
Everybody follow the royal, I think he ran ahead.
I mean, number for your species frolicking in a field,
I have legs.
but you like water.
It was a
It's
seaweed
a
field.
dream.
It was a seaweed field. Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Alright. You find yourselves noticing that your friend Theodore is booking it towards Anchor Point as you speak.
We
Let's
must
go.
follow him.
Okay, let's
Let's
go.
go. Yeah.
Alright.
Teddy, slow down.
I'm sorry.
You're not even out of breath.
Edward.
It takes you about
Edward.
a few minutes before you catch his attention, and he looks back at you.
Hurry up, bitches.
Alright, so
Gentlemanly.
go ahead and
So
roll.
Day. What is bitch?
I'll say an athletics check. It's more of endurance to see if you can make it to the cart before it gets too far away.
Bitch is proud.
13.
13? You find yourself almost reaching out to the cart as it's maybe 10 feet away, and you scream, "Wait! Give me just a moment!" before you collapse onto the ground as all of your friends start to catch up to you.
Edward, are you okay?
Somebody else catch that carrot. I'm going after it.
Okay, roll a athletics check to see if you still have energy after that point.
Okay.
You're about as far back as he was when he first saw the cart.
Just don't trip badly or else.
21.
Shit, alright.
We all have one.
Gladiators!
Doesn't take much. Your adrenaline kicks in and you see the cart and you go, you're getting away. You just book it towards it as fast as you possibly can. About maybe 30 seconds later, you are maybe a foot away from the cart as it's starting to slow down as the rider of the horses in front looks around at you.
Halt, good sir!
Jesus, what are you doing, sir?
We are in desperate need of help.
Pulls back the horses and the reins. Arrgh! As the horses, that's my best name, immediately halt their actions
dogs.
and stop. What is it, sir?
Myself and my group, we need a lift back to town. There's a good chance we shall all perish out here if we don't have some help.
Well, if you have the right coin, I suppose I can add a few to the compartment. How many are you?
There are 6 of us.
6 of you.
6 of us.
Not sure I can fare with that.
Some of us can ride on top of the cart.
If you got the coin,
How much do you need?
I'll say a gold coin and I'll look the other way.
Gold coin, that's all?
If that's... You have gold coin?
We could pay you in other ways, I suppose.
Then, sir?
We have a little midget if you need other
Well, how about
as
a,
well.
Maybe you could.
how about a fish?
All right. Now allow me to introduce you to the cohorts. As the
Cohorts.
door opens up at the cart side, and you see a elven man looking out. Excuse me. What's going on? Why'd the cart stop?
Do you hate cats?
You're not there.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Let's see. Can I do a perception check to just kind of... Can I perceive exactly what he looks like?
Yeah.
What clothes he's wearing and everything?
Yeah. Seems to be wearing not royal garb by any means, but he's well dressed. It's a nice black and white collared shirt that seems to button down almost all the way down, except for to about at the mid section it stops and becomes just a regular shirt,
Okay.
and it furls out at the waist.
Right.
But that's all you can see from him reaching out or looking out.
Sir, I apologize for this inconvenience. Me and my group are in desperate need of assistance.
Charles, did you say they could ride with us or something? They'd have a coin. Right. So, where's your friends?
They are catching up. They are very much at death's door.
Oh my, alright. As immediately he looks out and sees you all starting to kind of catch up. Dragon Theodore kind of helping him walk right now as he is collapsed.
Oh, my royal gobs. Oh no.
Alright.
Yeah,
Take me to a dry cleaner.
You see
he's taken a fall and it's affected his memory quite a bit.
the elf kind of looks out and barely hearing you say all this kind of goes,
This is the finest cotton.
oh. Alright, well, just, I don't know if we can fit you all in the cart. Don't worry, sir. They said they would ride a few of them on top. Well, if you got the coin. Alright, get in.
That's all.
Alright, and the five of you show up a little bit, maybe 30 seconds afterwards. So, who's going in the cart?
How many can you
Can ride
fit?
on top.
I'll sleep on top.
On top.
I only need two of you to be up there, but sure.
I don't take much.
I'm not injured, so I can ride on top.
There. Alright, so the three of you enter the cart. Alright, Charles? my best horse, I'm sorry. The horses start to trounce off as you start to rest a little bit, weary-eyed at this moment. Very, very hard to keep your eyes open sitting there in the cart.
Oh, you said long rest?
No. Fearing that sleep might take you, there is a moment of hesitation before you let it go and you slide into a deep sleep. And for the next hour's travel, since it's on horseback, it only takes a bit, you finally arrive back at Anchor Point.
Do we feel less exhausted?
Unfortunately, no. It's only an hour's sleep. You need 8 hours to get levels of exhaustion to go away, unless you're elf.
Does that count as a short rest then?
Yes, you have taken a short rest. Technically two, but we'll count it as one. Alright. You're once again at the city of Anchor Point. As the doors open and the cart is waltzed in. But is there anything you'd like to do? Or would you like to just go where this cart is leading?
What does everybody think?
I'm gonna hang tight for now.
We're on top still.
So yeah, you see the gate doors open and the cart is now entering the city.
Are we going with them?
I'd say we just go to the nearest inn, I guess.
Well, we can
Knock on the
send
top.
Dragon to be
Hey.
help.
Maybe my help.
What's going on? Are we Are we riding with them?
I don't think we have one.
Bear steak.
I'm sorry.
Well, I don't know if you're going to be allowed where I'm going, so probably not. It'd probably be best if you get off when you find a nice place to get off. Probably out of the peasantry.
By the way, who are you? Me, Brad. What are you talking?
You see a little bit of a hesitation before he goes, I'm Bren. Nice to meet you.
Are you lying to me?
Want to roll an insight check?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. Sorry, that's fun interview.
Delicious.
Is it really fun? 23.
23.
Mm-hmm.
He appears to be not telling you his full name, at least.
Brett who?
Linestock.
Linestock?
Yes. Please don't make a scene.
Like loincloth?
Mine stop.
Like
I
loincloth?
would be making a scene.
That's okay. Well, interesting. No reason. Just a bit of a known name is all.
In a good way.
Yes, yes,
Heard of
absolutely.
you.
You know. Have you ever heard of this family?
Not that I can recall. Can I roll a history check?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a history check. Wow.
18 plus... Nope, 23, yep.
Oh, right. You've heard of the family of the Linestock. They are aristocrats from the north in Gadrax. They're known for having one of the most fruitful of the gardens within Gadrax, as Gadrax is not really known for having lots of, livestock.
What exactly is a loincloth doing down in Anchor Point?
Livestock.
Livestock.
Loincloth.
Loincloth.
That's actually how he said it, though.
Alright, oh, is that actually you're asking him? Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I have some business with the royal in town. It's...
Do you mean the prince?
No, actually. If we're talking about the same prince, I don't think I have any business with him. However, there are a few people in the Emerald Isle I do need to speak with, so I'll be heading there, and I'm not sure they're going to, well, I'm sure you know.
Well then,
Yep.
should we dismount?
I say we dismount and find somewhere to get some rest.
Thank you very much for your hospitality.
Well, you did pay, so have a good day. Alright. You see him talk to Charles for a second, and then Charles whips the horse and it takes off a little faster.
Can we have a thing where every time we run into a horse carriage, it's always the same Charles?
No
matter where we go, it's just Charles.
driver. You're not Charles.
Only the future can tell.
He's always driving the carriage with like some other
I'm gonna take
For
the
an egg,
initiative.
maybe? Somewhere to sleep?
Let's look for an inn.
I probably won't sleep anymore.
All right.
I slept for
So, since you guys kind of got off pretty early on, you're still within the peasantry. Let's see. You have a few places you could probably go in the peasantry. Let me check real quick.
How far away is the carriage?
At this very moment, maybe about 30, 40 feet.
Let's go. Oh, I kind of want to follow the carriage. I'll chase after the carriage. 1 HP again.
You guys just aren't in a condition to
I have 6 HP. But still.
That's great.
I mean, with the short rest, I got 8 HP.
So there's
Short rest doesn't heal HP.
Oh.
You were
There's
like
a,
myself
getting
also.
HP.
You do?
Yeah.
there is an inn that you passed right when you walked through the door, or got through the door, called the Thankful Vagrant.
What does the ye old Yelp review say about their service?
The Yule what?
Ye old Yelp review say about their service.
And then they reset you along.
Go ahead and roll a history check with disadvantage.
Imagine like a spell, it just pops up with like an internet screen. Like, disadvantage. Six. History check, you said?
Yes.
Okay, 11 then.
Okay. Yeah. You have no idea what this place is. You've never heard of it, and you could be anything.
Alright. Alright, let's go. Is everybody in? Alright, everybody's in. Let's go.
All right. So, you see this very what would you call it? Very old-looking, almost like it's starting to fall apart from the inside out. Wood building with mold growing around one of the edges of the building, and it's got a very crooked sign that says "The Thankful Vagrant," held up just above the door at this point, with it barely dangling above where the door would open.
How quaint.
Feels
My-
spice.
My kind of place.
Probably really cheap too.
Quaint.
Let's go in. I don't care if the frickin' chamber pot doesn't work. It's okay.
How would a chamber pot not work?
Yeah. It's just
Holes.
a top.
All right, taking the lead, you walk into the door, and the first thing you notice is the dank smell of putrid spit. As you look around, and there's like 3 to 4 little jar-like things, and there's a few people that are
I'm gonna
talking.
Step in there and I'm gonna turn right back around and step outside and wait.
Alright, smells like home. I'm going in.
The fog of eternal stench.
The stench must smell. I'm gonna walk up to the counter then,
Does
or
your
whatever
place
counter.
have?
I live very
You see a very old lady walk up, seemingly elf, with very strange, pointy ears, but with a very strange greenish skin. As she walks up to the front of the establishment.
You looking for a room?
Yes, for I believe 6 individuals.
All right. Are you not from here?
No, not at all. I believe none of us are.
Great. I'll get a room situated right away. It'll be
Hold on. We gotta discuss payment first.
7 silver.
7 silver?
Yes.
Seems a little high for a place like this.
It's 1 room, right?
1 room?
7 silver.
Well, what does everyone think?
I think it's a dog.
I'm gonna do persuasion for 4 gold.
Okay, what are you doing to persuade?
Wait, or wait, is she saying
4
7 silver or 7 gold?
4 gold. She's saying
Oh, silver. Never mind. We're good. Yeah,
I
we're.
insist I pay you 4 gold.
Yeah, never mind. Screw it. No, nix that. I thought it was gold. All right, we're good. 7 silver. That's good.
It's just.
Fantastic. I'll have a room set up in just a moment.
All right.
She turns, and you see a tail. As her body turns, the tail whips around. Very scaly. And she walks towards the back of the place.
she's smoky.
You mentioned Brat was an elf too, right?
Hmm?
You mentioned that Brat was an elf too, right?
Yes.
Did I notice any distinct differences in him as well? Like, because I'm an elf.
Well, he was ebony skinned.
Oh, okay.
Every elf that you've seen since you've arrived in this strange world has been ebony skinned.
Aside from the innkeeper, who's green.
Except for this creature that may be an elf. I said looks like an elf.
Oh,
Creepy little thing.
With the tail.
The wording.
He also hates cats.
Yeah, quite quaint.
She has a tail.
Alright, so a few minutes pass, and you see the old lady come back. Who's all in the establishment at this point?
Oldest?
I think
Except for you.
Maggie's outside.
Alright. As Zimri waits out front, you all wait for a moment before the old lady comes back.
We have an opening. Room 3. Just down the hall.
Before you leave, Is there a place in town maybe adventurers go to accept quests or jobs by any chance?
No quest jobs, no. That's odd. Never heard of such a thing.
How do adventurers make
Quests.
money on their way
Requests.
around then?
Well, I suppose they ask around. Not my jurisdiction.
I think it's best that we make sure we're all healthy before
This
taking on
is
some requests.
Alright, well, have a good night. Strange lizard lady, bid you farewell. Have
Is that a
fun.
compliment?
Yes, strange means wonderful in my people's tongue.
Deception check.
Deception check.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a deception check.
Why did you have to say
The
that?
price just went from 7 silver to 10 silver.
Did you roll in that one?
10. 10
10?
altogether.
What did you roll?
6.
There's a moment of... And then she just kind of turns around and walks away.
Alright.
You're not much to look at yourself, little gnome.
When I rolled to flick the
Go
gnome.
get your wife.
Sure, go ahead.
Darling, sweet pea.
What time of day is it?
Spectacular.
Right now it's pretty
What was I
much
rolling?
noon.
Was it a strength check, Dex? What?
Wait, aren't
An
there a bunch
attack
of
roll,
sketchy
you're
looking people in this bar and you just yelled sweet pea?
Sweet pea.
We're in a bar.
and it's just a basic
sorry, not bar,
attack. You
We're
can
not
even say that
tavern
you're only trying to do like 2 damage with that.
I'm not even trying to do damage. I'm just
We're
trying
not
to be
gonna
like,
roll
what
it.
the
I don't know.
Fair enough.
Why not? Why not?
You suddenly feel a flick hit the back of your head as your ogre friend, ogre, right? Half orc, sorry. Suddenly is flicking you.
Bro, what if I didn't go to sleep and didn't get health back?
There was a
What if
risk
he
I was
killed
willing
me?
to take. Killed by a flick.
Yeah, you take 1 damage and you're like, death saving throws.
You kidding me? I would be laughing on the ground.
God. After I
And I would
saved you,
probably
after I
save you.
saved you from your cage, come on.
Anywho,
That is a true statement. You struggled with a
I
hammer.
broke my hammer. You owe me a hammer for that.
You broke 2 hammers.
No, I broke 1 hammer. Alright, I'm going to room 3 and taking the largest bed because fuck all of you.
It's only 1 room.
you're so small.
I'm taking the largest bed because
No.
he just slapped me.
I'm following him, noticing that he's taking the biggest bed. I'm going to pick him up and put him at my feet like a cat.
You just hear, hey, stop!
Can I do a strength check?
Put him in the tap.
Can I do a reverse
It's contested strength,
I
yeah.
have no idea.
Alright.
Oh, dang it.
What
Did I
long
just
is this
do?
thing?
So let's go to that room of ours.
So you just find a bed and just fall asleep while they're doing this.
Yeah, we just go up into the room and like, while
Fair.
they're quarreling.
How many beds are
I
there?
like to sleep anywhere.
Ouch.
We all have
There's like 3 beds.
I got a 7.
7?
Oh, I got a 7 too.
Can we do it again?
It seems you guys are just trying to lift him up and he's just grabbing a hold of that bed and just holding on with the dear life.
I had no
Gnome's got
idea you were
some
so
great
strong.
I am
Wrestle me.
I am a strong gnome.
Wrestle me, gnome.
Stop exerting energy. Just go to sleep.
Alright, so there's 3 beds, there's 6 of
Yeah, the
you.
point.
Yes.
I
In
take
the
the,
morrow.
I take the biggest bed.
So the 3 of you are taking a bed?
Yeah.
No, you are
I'm on
sharing
bed.
with the gnome.
Yeah, you go sleep with the gnome.
Do I get a say
I'm a
in
violent
this?
sleeper. I will cuddle him.
It's like a teddy bear.
Yes.
So,
Suggestion on
Chiron, during the night, there's a strange calling to your subconscious.
Again?
It's odd. Like something wants your attention, and it's telling you you're doing something wrong. And
What?
then you wake the next morning, feeling a very odd sensation of guilt.
You okay?
I'm just gonna be depressed the whole morning.
You see him slouched over in bed, his eyebrow pursed down. As you all take note of him, he comes back into normal look.
No, I get that the orc was cuddling you all night, but does that really bother you that much?
Something somewhere is disappointed in me, and I can't explain why.
Is it the orc? Did you not cuddle us back?
I'm not going to take note
You
of what
must
they're
look
saying. I'm
within
just going to let
yourself.
them rip.
You must find these answers, looking deep within yourself.
Bet the orc was deep within you.
Is it the dragon?
With us all here.
I'm like so
The
passionate.
dragon might be.
Shit's happened.
Oh, I guess that's a long rest, though, right? Yeah.
Yep, that is a long rest, and all of your exhaustion has now faded.
But it only takes one level of exhaustion off.
Since it was a magically controlled exhaustion, and the Blight Swarm is now defeated.
Brad.
Okay.
It's good to know. Thank you. You're adorable. I feel rested. Now,
So,
Okay.
why did you guys look so shitty yesterday?
Oh, funny story.
I ate a fairy.
We were attacked by a blight swarm.
They were very zappy.
We faced down an eldritch dragon inside of a dream world, and none of us are the same.
Do you remember that?
Yeah. Everyone remembers the dreams.
They wanted me to jump into a hole and make it so everybody fell, and then immediately flames spurted out. Which of you wanted us to die fast?
You ate a fairy and very much hurt yourself.
To be fair, it tasted not so great.
Good for you.
I had to know.
You also wanted to eat me.
I didn't know you were a bear. Have you ever had bear
lot
meat?
happened.
It is very
Yeah, sorry I
delicious.
slept through all that. Sometimes
Actually,
being on land is just
I
like
have
taxing.
Actually,
No worries.
You are a vegan.
Yeah,
Dude, I gotta look into the book to see if there's an actual character that like gets monster abilities by eating them. Because that might actually be in one of the D&D books.
Something like
What are you talking about, gnome?
This isn't in game. I'm just saying.
Strange words for someone who's supposed to be in-game talking.
Alright,
No, you owe me an arm wrestling match.
no, I don't.
What is
I took the
game?
bed. You slept in that bed.
Oh, I
You smell
cuddled you
awful,
on that
by the
bed.
way.
Ignore the
I'll
orc.
tell you what.
What did you dream of?
It was just darkness and something looking seemingly, or feeling seemingly disappointed in me.
How's your relationship with your father?
I never met him.
So bad.
He left gnome.
Oh my god, it was
Oh,
so
that
bad.
was good. That was good.
Oh,
Oh, it's
my
gold,
God.
dude.
It works both
I
ways.
know it does. Gotta make more gnome jokes.
So, you're awake now, within the third room of this very dingy inn. What are you doing?
Alright,
I think I'm gonna go out, start walking around, see what I see.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna start asking around town for like a place for adventurers to make money.
I'm going to look for somebody rough. Like somebody that looks like they're they've
Battle heavy
battled.
lives.
Yeah, Battleborn.
Okay. So go with Jonah first. You're going to find some kind of mission to make some money.
I
yeah.
suppose we're on the same quest, so
I'm gonna go with
Alright.
that as well.
yeah.
Okay, take some.
Let's all tag along together.
I'm gonna tag along with Loris and try to find somebody beefy and strong.
Well, I suppose walking right out the area,
I intend to find somebody to ask.
we'll just
about
ask the first
dangers
person
of
we
the
see.
forest.
I figured.
You have
I would like to know as well.
Like, do adventurers
Because I would like to
typically take
find
on
something
quests
we
in
can mess
general?
around with. and know
Technically, I
about.
hail from another kingdom further south. So this one works a little differently, so uninformed.
Well, should we head to the wealthier part of Anchorborn?
We might be able to find some better jobs.
Let us know.
Alright. Do you think it might be a good idea to try and get in contact with the prince?
That's a wonderful idea, actually. Let's do that.
Hey, my friends, should we meet back here
Yes.
Yes. Meet back
or
here.
a different inn?
Let's get out of
Maybe.
here. Yeah.
Maybe a different one.
How about outside the city hall
Perfect.
in a few hours? How does 2 hours sound?
I don't know how long it would take to have the audience with the
Let's
prince.
meet up when the sun's
From
at its
your
highest point.
recent being here, you know that to get to there just from where you're at is like a 45-minute walk.
Oh, okay.
So like
A few hours.
5 hours. 5 hours.
5 hours.
How long did we sleep?
You slept for a good 8 hours.
So it's like 8 p.m.
Well, I mean, you guys stayed in the inn, you waited, then you fell asleep at night.
Oh, okay.
What's your name?
Oh, it's the
Alexander. I suppose we should head towards City Hall again then, so we don't find him.
If you run into Brett, are suspicious of the man, you might be able to find something out about him since you are royal.
I'll keep that in mind.
Are you not?
No, not particularly.
Okay.
Well, the names are all over the realm.
See if you can find any ways to get us to the next point. We still have to find that Ethereum, right?
So just to make sure, it's me, Theo, and Dalton that are heading towards City Hall, and
Okay,
The
so
boys.
the four of you head out towards the city hall. The two of you are just going to roam.
Well, we're in the inn still, I'd say, because there's probably some rough dudes in there.
Yeah, you guys
Ask
are.
them some questions, interrogate them.
And we're right on the edge of the city next to the forest, so,
Yeah.
so that's where I want to be.
Okay.
At least for now.
When you're coming into the town, I should mention that there were plenty of farmhouses out there as well that would pique your interest in thinking of forest information.
Oh, cool.
Well, we could venture outside the walls.
I like it.
Alright, let's go. We're going.
All right.
We see another one of those swarms, though.
After, actually, I want to talk to some people in there too first before we do that. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to find some rough dude in there.
Yeah, I'm not trying to tell you what to do.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you information.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me what to do, so I'm still taking off.
Hey, come back.
Are we going or not?
Not yet.
Very
All right.
well.
I'm
So-
indecisive this morning.
You head towards just roaming through the town or in the inn.
Oh, let's run through the town. Fuck it.
Let's find a tavern. That is a great place to meet people.
Okay.
Okay. Well, if you're looking for a tavern, you didn't see any in this side of town last time you were roaming through, but you could have just not seen them because they weren't on the main path.
I'm gonna step in front of the first person that I see in a very strengthened demeanor. Say, "You there, halt!"
Halt! You're breaking the law.
Can I help you? You see a very posh-looking, dwarfen, maybe possible man who's very short, with a very big throat. Like he is almost like a frog. How when they are getting ready to throw their tongue out, it's grown. He's very, very large in the throat.
We're gonna be taken aback just. My friend and I are looking for the nearest tavern.
If you're looking for a tavern, best bet is going to be in the mercantile.
Mercantile. Can you give us directions to that location?
Yeah, it's just the Arm district. It's right there. She points towards the nearest gate, which is a good maybe 15-minute walk away, but
Thank you very much.
no problem. Have a good day.
You as well. Fight strong.
Off then.
All right, so you're heading off to go for a tavern.
Let's get ravingly wasted.
Okay, so after about 15 minutes of walking together, because basically that means you guys are just caught up with them,
Hey guys.
you all see a place
Welcome back.
that's called a very strange looking building with reddish hue painted into the wooden exterior. Cobblestone structure as it goes up, and then it leads to a very, very intricate ramp-like wooden roof on top, with a sign that says Tender Ambitions on the front of it. So, the two of you breaking off to go there, or keep following until you see something else?
We know it's a tavern, so yeah, we're going in there.
What an odd name for a tavern. Does not sound tough at all.
All right.
I agree.
The four of you continue towards the.
Tender ambitions.
Okay.
It was tender ambitions.
Yes.
The first thing you see upon entering this place is a very strange red carpet that leads directly into the building, and very fluffy beds that seem to be everywhere within the main room of this place. And there's a few ladies that are currently sitting on one of them, holding some liquor as they look at you and go, "Oh, customers! How can we help you today?"
Are you walking or working?
It depends on how much you're paying.
Well, what exactly do you do for work?
Well, we do all manner of things. Whatever you want, honey.
Can you give us information about the forest?
She gets very taken back for a moment. What forest are we talking about?
Forest with the flying death traps.
Do you know where you are?
By the looks of it, somewhere that gets paid very well.
You seem like
Yeah.
professionals.
We are of our own taste. I have a feeling you're in the wrong place, though.
You have a very masculine voice.
Oh my god.
That's true. Right.
Roll for initiative.
I'll take that as a odd compliment from a creature. So, if you're not here for
Where is
attendance,
the owner of this establishment?
that'd be me.
Oh,
I wish to perceive what she looks like.
apologies.
You want to? Oh, so you immediately, as walking into the building, you saw a very well-dressed lady, but her dress is almost pure red as it courses down her body, and it separates right at the waist, where it seems to wrap around her legs and follow on the floor behind her. Very.
Breed? Like,
Oh, she's human.
human.
Very obnoxious-looking
She
earrings.
just asked to.
I'm taking in all the information as I can.
That was a breed joke.
I'm just gonna say this place very well could have been called the Tenderizer as well.
Oh. Tenderizer.
I just gave you the first building that had anything that looked similar to a brothel, or I mean a tavern.
I want to hear more Grant's innocent dialogue.
Well, you seem to have more charm with the ladies. Feel free. She's not
We need
responding.
Information.
She's respected.
She's not responding to my advances.
What exactly are your services?
We tend to the lower bits of most people.
My feet.
If that's what you enjoy.
Closest desk or table, and it's like freaking just calloused. I never wear shoes, so it's like just calloused. And it's just dirty.
Just like Bigfoot's foot.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna want to go somewhere else with that, unfortunately.
Do you tend to matters of the stomach?
Are you asking for food?
Very much so.
Well, we don't serve food.
I'm gonna walk out.
But you yourself look delicious.
I'm gonna.
Perhaps we
just
can
go-
make a deal.
This is gold.
I hate this.
Where can we go to find information about the forest?
Which one?
She'll tend to
To
your
the
forest.
north? South?
North?
Well, if you're looking for information, we have a school nearby.
School.
Yeah. You know, teaches children how to live their lives.
We are not children.
No, but you seem to need the education.
Education.
Right. Regardless, if you're looking for information, there's always the town hall.
It's too far. Let us leave.
Very well. Thank you, and if you ever seek the need of some companionship, don't be afraid to come back.
We are already companions.
My mistake.
I have 5 others.
Surprising indeed.
It's a fun group.
I imagine so. You all have a good day.
Alright, we're out.
Oh, well done. That was funny.
That was silly.
Out of curiosity, Loris, were you aware that she wanted to sleep with you?
We just slept. Why would I want to sleep more?
Not many women where you're from, are there?
None. I'm from the forest.
Alright.
Into the notebook, Loris is a virgin.
So, leaving the the brothel, you do notice a very large building not too far from you, and it has an apple, like a makeshift, almost like paper mache looking apple on top of the building. But you presume that might be what the lady might have been talking about. However, where are you heading?
We should go to this school. Or was it shoe? The word escapes me. She said there was information.
Are you aware of what a school is?
They have to be the comic book.
No.
Me neither. Let's check it out.
Where are we going to this?
Okay, cool. So you walk up to the building, and as you start getting a better picture of what it looks like, it is absolutely humongous. It goes on and on and on for almost maybe half of a mile of property.
Wow.
That is this very large building, and it seems to be maybe 3 stories tall based on how many windows that you can see. But there might be a little more space above that.
Okay.
All right, so the front door is very, how do you call it? It's like a portcullis.
Portcullis?
Yeah. As you walk up to it, there's a draft coming through, and there's a few people coming in and out, most of them around your age, as they seem to take note of the strange-looking half-orc and weird-looking elf.
What is that smell?
All right.
So we approach. We approach somebody. I approach the first person that I see.
All right. You see a very short woman look up at you.
Can I help you?
As 2 antennae suddenly appear from her hair.
Jesus Christ!
What are those?
What are you talking about? My antenna?
Antenna. Interesting.
What is the purpose of such antenna?
Listen, I gotta go. All right, whatever you have to do, whatever.
Where is the leader of this establishment?
The school? The principal?
Yes.
I don't know. I never see the principal. I see the teachers. Do you need a teacher?
I suppose that will do.
All right. I guess follow me.
Which teachers know about nature?
Wait, you're serious?
Yes.
All of them?
Why is she laughing at me?
I don't know. What's a teacher?
I assume it's the next step in folding.
Maybe a great warrior.
Maybe.
You two aren't from here, are you?
What gave us away?
So, far be it from me to judge. I suppose if you follow me, I can lead you to one of my professors.
On we go then.
All right.
What's a professor?
She just kind of like
Teach us.
squints a little bit and then just keeps walking.
Stronger.
You follow her into the
Much
building
stronger.
as the draft almost suddenly ceases as you walk through the entrance. There's a scent of unopened books. Like that smell you get the moment you enter a library, cascading through the halls. And a hint of sweat as you see a couple of very big-looking fellas walking through the hallway, holding what looks to be a weird-shaped ball, heading the direction you're coming from.
I'm gonna reach to the nearest bookshelf and take a book. Just kind of flip through it.
After walking into the building, there's like 4 bookshelves. You see. Go ahead and roll. See which one you grab.
Oh, I've already decided on my roll.
Hmm.
It's gonna be a 1. But can I edit it?
What? You decided on a roll?
Yeah.
No, you just roll.
Okay. Shit, it's a 20.
He grabbed like the best
Shit.
informed book.
You find a book that immediately, on the picture of it, shows
Creatures of the forest. It's like everything that we need.
it shows a map of the most immediate surroundings of the mountains to the west, the forest to the north, and the forest to the south, and the ocean to the east. And it shows in bold letters over the forest, Hasten Hollow. That is a book that is that describes the forest to the north.
Wow.
Yeah, you got a roll. That was a really good roll.
Can I roll to read it?
I mean, you should be able to just read it, but I mean, I'll go ahead, sure. Basic knowledge check.
Shit, well, that's a hole in my theory. What is it? Knowledge?
I'll do
Intelligence?
intelligence, yeah.
That's 18. Crap.
Okay. You find yourself
The information.
almost consumed by the information as you immediately, after skipping through a few pages, you see a picture of what looks like the blight swarm that you had just fought.
Loris, look at this.
The information.
Does that mean you don't need to see the professor?
We may want to see the professor and discuss this. May I take this with me?
What are those
I
round
mean, just bring it back.
objects?
I'm sure it'll be fine.
What are those round objects that those 2 men are holding?
What?
The men walking down the hall. The big
Oh.
ones.
The jocks?
Oh, jock.
It's just a word.
Jock.
Heard of jock strap?
You're very strange people. They're just. It's a ball. It's a game.
What game?
Do you not know what sports are?
I mean, I know what games are.
Might I participate in said game?
Not unless you're a student. Are you guys students? You're not students.
What is student?
Right.
I am a student of all.
Sure. I suppose. I guess we all are. I'm gonna go now. You two have a good day. If you need a professor, I'm sure you won't have a hard time finding one.
Let's get out of here.
I disagree. Let's find a professor.
If you say so.
All right.
My mind changed when we got the book.
Go ahead and roll a. Shit, what would this be? Go ahead and roll another intelligence check.
Me or him?
Either. Whoever's taking the lead on this, trying to find a.
I'll take the lead to it.
None of this is planned.
That was
Ever.
that's a 7.
A 7.
A 7.
You ask a few people around, but every time you ask, they seem to just kind of like immediately look at you and then just keep walking.
Not a very friendly group here.
Are they asking students?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I intimidate a student?
Oh yes, here's the good shit.
Sure. Go ahead and roll an intimidation check, but after you tell me what you're saying.
After
You have to intimidate.
I'm gonna look around. Where are we standing? Like, what are we standing on?
You
Where
are
is
currently just in the middle of the entrance hall.
it? I'm gonna look around and see. Is there anybody really near me? Like somebody reading a book?
There's plenty of people walking around. There's a few people that are standing right outside talking to each other. One person who's sitting reading a book, sitting on the pillar next to the, or sitting where they're like leaning up against the wall
Okay.
right outside.
Well, how we had a person that
I'm gonna
like
go-
taking this to a professor.
She didn't
I
like
think I'm
it.
gonna turn my attention to the person sitting on the pillar. Or sitting at the base of the pillar.
You see him
So-
immediately look up.
I'm gonna sit next to him, just smack down, put my arm around him like this, and go like, "Excuse me, I need information."
One of his forearms grabs you by the face and pushes you back a little bit before going, "And what is it that you want?"
Oh, I didn't get a roll intimidation.
Actually, that was before. Go ahead.
$20.
20. So yeah, never mind. He didn't do that. He immediately goes, "Sorry. What do you want?
I say again, I need information.
And what?"
Where can we find someone known as Professor?
Well, you're in the right place.
Clearly. We understand they are well thought of here. We need to speak to one.
Congratulations. Are you one of my new students?
I can be anything you want me to be.
I think this conversation is over.
No, I am not one of your students, but we need information.
So, what is it you need?
We recently had a run-in with some very dangerous creatures in the northern forest, barely escaping with our lives. We need to know what other dangers could possibly be in that forest. We need to be better prepared. Is there anybody who specializes in that specific part of the forest?
Nobody here that I know of. However, I've made a few travels myself. Nerves talk of a few different species to be wary of.
A few different
Perhaps I can go find a few of my notes real fast.
That would be greatly
Yes,
appreciated.
The very dragonborn-looking person with 4 arms stands up and takes his cloak and pulls it down a little
Now, follow me.
as he starts slithering around. As you notice, his entire lower half of his body is a tail.
Doris, I'm very scared.
Heavy vibes.
He is scared of you.
Dragonborn Sneak Beat. That's cool.
Name for that. That's what they're called.
Not those though.
Yeah, no, he's not what I'm thinking of, but close.
Yes.
Dumbledore.
Dumbledore. Why do we ask your name, good sir?
My name is Professor Dalstrich.
I don't believe I have the competence to pronounce that.
Then just call me Professor.
Works for me.
Are you also a teacher?
Yes. That is what a professor is.
What sort of power do teachers hold?
I can tell my students to not leave.
You're a slaver?
No.
So you cast a spell on them to make them stay.
Where are you from?
God, if we only knew.
Live in a forest or a cave somewhere.
Oh, he does. I usually live in a tavern.
Interesting.
What are these
You
beasts?
see him slither into a room. You follow in, and he immediately grabs a notebook from under a desk.
So, if you're worried about the creatures in the north,
And he immediately takes a look at you and sees the notebook in your hand and goes,
why do you need my help if you have that?
Oh, you have the book, don't you?
Yeah, I have the book. Books can only tell part of the story. We need the full amount.
We wish for experiential wisdom.
So, what do you know of the Driscoll?
The Driscoll?
Yes.
Well, we didn't know what a professor was. We'll let you decide from there.
So you don't know anything of my kind?
Nope.
Interesting. Well, other than others of me, which I would be very wary of in the forest, they're not like me.
Not like you as in feral?
So you do understand big words.
If you consider feral a big word. My knowledge is very limited.
Other than that, there's the blight swarms. They're not very active this time of year usually.
And they taste horrible.
You've seen these,
I ate one.
and you made it out alive.
I don't know how. I don't know why. Do not eat them.
No, God no. Do you know of the Tetlin?
Tetlin?
Yes.
No.
What
I'd
is the
steer
Tetlin?
very far away from the Tetlin. Have you ever seen a four-legged creature with razor-sharp teeth opens its mouth almost in a circle? Silver skin with a white bottom.
Silver skin, he says. Imagine their hide fetches a pretty price.
It's mostly scales, unfortunately.
But silver
Not
would-
very. Well. Not exactly a necessity to take back. If you've taken a few down, I wouldn't recommend going against these creatures.
That's 3 creatures. Blight swarms. I've forgotten the name of the other 2. Driscolls and...
Driscoll and Delphin
Is this all we should worry about?
is what I am more than aware of.
Are there any signs we should look for in the forest to avoid these creatures?
If you find a path leading off of the main track, and it seems to be wet, that's my kind. However, if you see charred up carcasses without the main organs, you've probably fed upon the Tethan's domain.
Charred remains and then wet. There he is. What about blight swarms? How do we avoid them?
That is harder. They don't leave much of a signs.
Is there any way we can detect them?
Watch for movement in the forest.
Well, that's a very broad spectrum. It could be anything from a rabbit to a bear.
Yes, it could. Bears are less common around here, though.
Shame.
So it's all you needed.
How do you fight these things if you do encounter them?
I don't.
So clearly a professor does not mean great warrior.
Far from it. I teach those who become great warriors.
Then maybe you can teach us how to defend ourselves against these beasts, because we are unfamiliar with them.
Unless you're signing up for a few weeks' classes.
I do not wish to spend a moment longer here, as I have all the information that I need. Thank you.
Very well. Safe travels.
Can we find information more about these creatures in this book?
I seem to think so with that book, yes. Not familiar, but it does look like it contains that kind of information.
I don't suppose you sell copies.
If you want that book, go ahead and take it.
I will take it. Thank you very much.
No problem. Come back if you ever need education.
Thank you.
You may need some sex education, just saying.
Not my forte.
So
there's a school right next to the brothel.
It's like right across the street from the side of the school.
Oh, so that's where they teach sex ed.
However, this is more of a college than a normal like school, and it seems the people around here have very strange attire on that almost makes you feel. Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Out of game, what should I call the book that I'm just putting in my inventory?
That's a 9.
How about
9?
Just
It's hard to make out what they're wearing, but it's weird clothing.
what, northern anchor point, bestiary?
A bestiary?
That works for you. The book that I'm adding to my inventory.
I would more call it a. What do you call those? It's yeah, just put bestiary for now. I'll give you a better description of it later.
Forest or dummies?
Yeah, basically, because
Fitting
it's
for
more
both of
about
us.
the forest than it is the creatures within the forest.
So, what did you say the title of the book was?
It didn't have a title. It had the word Hasten Hollow, where the forest was on the map, on like the map of the.
Oh, okay.
The cover of it has a map, just of the local area, and Hasten Hollow is written where the forest is. And the forest seems to almost encircle the city, except for straight down south.
So it covers the north section, but not the south.
North and west, and a little bit of the south, but mostly the north.
Well, now that we have our information, should we find our friends?
I would agree that is a good solution.
All right. So,
How far have we gone?
I'd say at that point you've probably arrived at your location.
Okay.
Who's taking lead in getting there?
Yeah,
Okay. So go ahead and roll perception.
Oh man, that one. Oh.
Okay.
Would you like an assist?
That changes things.
So you're at the other side of town.
So you get all the way to the city hall without noticing anything going on in town.
Lovely.
As you approach the main building, the crowd from the previous day is completely gone, and the city hall almost looks abandoned. As you walk in, you immediately are or you walk through the front door of the city hall, and instead of seeing that large room you saw before, you're immediately in the room you were with Alexander. And there's the same woman you saw from the previous encounter. Oh, hi. You're back.
Hello again.
Did you need something?
Well, we almost died, sadly.
Oh dear.
Yes. We were coming in search of work. Some sort of work. Adventurer work, specifically. Any knowledge? We're not looking for any free handouts. Although it was gracious the first time.
Have you been asking around?
Our colleagues have been. God knows where they are.
All right. Well, my best bet would to ask around the locals, see if there's anything that they might need help with. Perhaps a helping hand building one of their buildings or something of the sort.
So there's nothing established for wandering travelers.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Well, I do appreciate it.
Of course, absolutely. Is there anything else I can help you with?
That's perfect. Thank you so much.
Could ask if the prince is still in.
Oh, is Prince Alexander still here?
Oh, I'm afraid he's in the Emerald Isle as we speak.
Does figure. Thank you.
Oh,
We'll just leave.
So, Brett said he was going to be talking to somebody in the Emerald Isle, but he thought it wasn't the same person we were talking about.
Intriguing.
Well, actually, he specifically said he wasn't coming in to meet the prince. It was just another royal.
Another royal of some stature.
Yes, Brett is in fact there.
And so is Prince Alexander.
all right.
Well, I suppose we should just ask around the nearest area for any kind of anything to make us coin, really.
Okay. So you go ahead and start walking around and asking some of the locals around. Who's taking?
How far is that?
Oh, currently maybe 5 minutes walk from where you're currently at.
I think we should start making our way that way and ask while we walk.
Okay. You start with the merchant aisle that you're currently in. It almost encapsulates the bottom of the city. Heading towards the Emerald Isle, which is the center of the city. You kind of head to the back of the merchant aisle where there's a lot less people currently. However, there are a few buildings, and one of them is where you've already been, the Silver Sword. And as you walk past, there's a few elderly gentlemen having a conversation, feeding some birds as they're sitting on a bench. There's a couple of children running through the city, just enjoying themselves, laughing as they go along. Go ahead and roll. If you're going, are you going directly to the Emerald Isle?
I don't know directly. We're probably just going to stop to ask around while we're heading that way. So.
Okay. How far away you are isn't really that much meandering to be done. So you go through a few of the streets, just taking the long way around before you get there, and didn't really come across very many people, unfortunately, in that side of town. At least no one in interest, unless you want to ask some of those old people or the kids.
Doubt they have much fury to offer.
But do people need help with things? So
Once we get there, do we see anything like any commotion going on of any kind?
Once you get to the door to the Emerald Isle, there's two guards that are standing and just in a very different garb than you're used to with the guards that you've seen. Very green tinted with scales that seem to go down the front right side of their helmets. And they're wearing the crest of their country. They seem not even hindered by your presence, but when you get close to the door, they immediately put their spears in front of the door.
It seems like a job for the royals.
The one that you hate.
Yes.
Gentlemen, I'm an associate of Alexander's. Is he here?
Alexander's not seeing anyone today.
I see.
What do you need?
I wanted to ask him for a couple of tips. Tips of the trade to stay alive out here in this less harsh wasteland.
If you're looking for tips, why haven't you asked someone at the city hall or someone of the locals?
Already have. They said that work, majority-wise, would be something just to ask around the locals, and honestly, most of them don't seem like they can pay what we need for our travels.
Well, you're not gonna find work in the Emerald Isle.
Not at all. Would it be too much to ask for any of you to send word to Alexander just to see if he might want to see me? Or might want to at least have a 5-minute conversation.
I can send word, but it will be a day.
Fair enough. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
In the meantime, do you have any recommendations yourself of where to go to possibly find employ?
If you're looking for employ, you can always try the Royal Guard.
Now that's a lead.
And where may we go? City Hall?
That would be the place.
Aye.
I'm not even trying. That's just legitimately where you guys would go for that.
Lovely. Back around we go.
Alright, as you start heading back, there's an old lady talking to one of the guards nearby. She seems a little upset, but you can't tell. She's a little bit far away. Go ahead and roll perception, any of you. But only one of you.
Oh, Maggie, you can go if you have one.
Oh, nice.
Mm, 26.
26. You hear the old lady.
Please. I've been paying my taxes. I need help. Please, I need help.
Before the guard just looks at her and kind of shuffles his inner shirt away and pushes her hand away from him. And you hear him just barely hear him go, "That's enough. Get lost."
I'm gonna walk up to the lady.
You don't know.
Oh, whoops.
We should have checked that out.
Sounds solid. I'm gonna go walk up to the lady.
Okay. You see her kind of hobbling and almost crying to herself as she sniffles and looks at you.
What?
What's wrong?
I need help.
With
They
what
won't
is it?
stop.
What won't stop?
The goblins.
Ooh, goblins. Well,
Something predictable.
do you need help eliminating goblins by any chance?
If you can. My farm's been overrun, and the guards won't help.
Well, you're in luck. We are part of a traveling adventure group that deals with just this sort of thing, for a price, of course.
That's wonderful. I can pay.
Give me one. She looks through her bag and she starts pulling out little random trinkets. And you notice her, underneath her helm, because she's wearing a very strange, like, almost makeshift helmet that just goes over her forehead and her actual head. There's a little bit of an antenna that just pokes it out through one of the vent holes through it.
Let's see. I have about 2 Ethereum. Can that do a lot?
Well, we are a large group. We may need more in the end.
I can get more. I just need time.
All right.
How much time do you have, ma'am?
With those goblins there, I don't have long.
Well, if you accept our terms, I believe the 2 Ethereum is payment now, and then the rest of the payment afterward would suffice.
I can make that work. Here you go.
All right.
Promise me. gnome to halfling.
I promise we will help you after we discuss the rest of the payment.
Okay.
So what exactly can you offer us?
I have about 10 gold back at the base.
10 gold? Any way you could make that 12? There are 6 of us in all.
I can give you 10 gold and 4 days rations.
4 days rations. What about lodging as well? Free lodging.
Absolutely. You take care of my goblins, and you can stay there as long as you need.
Alright.
At this time, you two arrive at the city hall, and your friends are nowhere to be seen.
It's okay, I slept with the gnome, I can smell him. Probably not. But can I
You
roll
sniff
to
the air.
perceive him?
Nope. Lots of fruits and veggies and spices, but no gnome.
Not that you can tell.
If I turn into a cat, I can smell them. That waste an inferior.
Alright, well, with that, I believe our business is concluded for
We could
now.
give them some time. They're not that
Show us
safe.
where the infestation is, and we may, so that we may help.
Okay. So she kind of looks at you and goes,
Follow me.
and she starts walking towards the exit of the city to the south, where you originally came in from. And there's a bit of a walkway. You remember passing through here before you get to a very large barn that on the front of it in big, almost like metal lettering that seems to have been crafted out of the same kind of metal you make horseshoes out of.
Okay.
It says the graceful steed.
Okay.
And she walks in and kind of like,
Shh. Careful. Don't make any sudden movements.
as the door opens, you slightly see very large green creatures as they're currently feasting on something.
Oh, we are there.
It's hard to tell. Go ahead and roll a perception check. At this point, it has been about 10 minutes since you guys arrived at the city hall, and your friends are nowhere to be seen.
Are there any guards outside of the city hall?
Actually, go ahead and do me a favor. Roll a perception check, either of you.
20 on the die.
Wow. Never mind. As they were passing by the merchant's circle, you immediately caught the eye of Theodore.
Hey!
My friends!
Get over here.
We found information.
Alright.
Oh, you guys. This is before you got there.
Oh,
sorry.
okay. Alright.
So we just kind of like combined you guys now.
Would you like to kill some goblins?
Yes.
Kill some goblins, you say.
We finally found
I'm just
someone.
What happened to the whole entire pacifist movement?
I become less and less of a royal in this realm by the day.
Bloodthirsty. I know this.
I'm sorry? No, I need work.
Hey,
Doesn't feel too
we get to
good,
murder?
does it?
That's fine.
Honestly, it's the most free I've felt in years.
As long as no animals
My
are
bad.
injured.
Eh?
As long as no animals are injured. I'm
Do you
in.
consider a goblin an animal?
No.
More of a, like, person-ish, right?
They have like fingers.
That's close enough. Let's confuse some
A goblin's edible.
I'm assuming
It has
so.
fingers. It's a person. All right.
Neither does my pet.
I've obviously never met any monkeys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So back at the barn, as you see the strange creatures hovering over this possibly dead animal, can't really tell. Could be just some leftover food. Never really know until you open the door further. But she looks at you, shuts the door.
Alright. I'm gonna leave. I have no idea how many there are in there. But you're gonna probably die. So thank you for trying.
And she just immediately books it back towards the city.
All right.
How far away from
Can
the city
I-
are we?
About 15 minutes.
So this is the northern section then, right?
No, southern.
So we came in through the northern region.
You did. You left out the southern.
Who? Okay, so like in game, just like who of you all can heal?
I have one move.
Sorry.
I can recover
Okay, you can heal yourself one at
once.
Who can
just
heal?
once.
You can heal others,
Yes.
and you have ethereal.
Yes.
Okay. Can you?
I have plenty of Ethereum. I can't heal.
I have none. Can I have the 2 from the elderly woman so I can heal? I'm basically useless without it.
While we're talking about this, can I creep the door open and see just how far away like the kind of bunch of goblins are?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a perception check. And a stealth check.
Okay. I'm gonna do stealth first.
So gotta be careful.
So that's 20 for stealth.
Okay. Not bad. You feel very sure that no one can hear you or see you.
So 10 for perception.
Unfortunately, it's hard to tell. As you look in, the darkness is just, even though you have dark vision, the difference of the light level from you being outside, it's too much for you to tell distance.
Okay. Then can I also do a history check to see if how well goblins can see in the dark?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, that's a good one.
Anyway, sorry, not history. It would be a nature check.
Oh, okay. So 22.
Okay. You're very aware that goblins can see in the dark very far.
So 4. Okay.
Farther than you can.
All right. So,
in business.
I have an idea for how to get them at least scrambled before we begin tearing them apart. If I can sneak in there and cast blindness on one of them and see if I can hit him with a rock, he might start flailing and start hitting the other ones. Start
How
some chaos.
big is the area that they are in?
It's a barn. It's pretty large. So
How many are we dealing with?
I'm unable to see. It's too dark in there.
I can see in the dark, but I'm not exactly stealthy.
Wait, don't you have dark vision?
I do, but I rolled a 10 for perception.
Yeah. Came down to just the fact that, like, you're in light, so darkness looks darker.
We can burn the barn down.
I like that idea.
I feel like we're not gonna get our.
We won't get paid if we burn the barn down.
I mean, we're still getting rid of them, so I feel like
Are there any windows we can peek through?
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
13.
There is, however, it's on the second floor of the barn.
I
Would
could
that be
climb up there.
acrobatics or athletics?
To scale the
Yes.
flat wall
Yes.
of the barn,
Yes.
you can roll.
Can I
You
toss
can
the
try.
gnome
What would I
up?
be rolling? That's what I'd be
Your
You're gonna have to roll
acrobatics.
acrobatics.
I might just go in and fall if there's no second level.
We could try.
Well, he has an
I have
idea.
spider climb.
Can I toss the gnome up
Spider
there?
climb? What is spider climb?
You can sure try.
Guys, can I toss the gnome up there?
No.
So, until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch gains the ability to move up, down, and across vertical surfaces and upside down along ceilings while leaving its hands free.
Spider climb.
That's cool.
Yeah, and they gain a climbing speed equal to its walking speed.
How long does it last?
However, that will take Ethereum, just letting you know.
Right. Up to 1 hour.
Cool.
Okay.
A gnome that's just running around on
So?
all sorts of surfaces.
Walk up
That's
there,
terrifying.
Look in, maybe get in, cast everything from inside. That's all.
That's a good idea.
What do you gonna cast blindness?
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can cast blindness on like the one in the center, and then see if I can hit him with something like a rock. Yeah.
Okay.
I have a spell that allows me to restrain anybody in a 20-foot cube.
Oh, so you may be able to get.
If you
them
can
at
keep
once.
them in a cube, I've got a way to make short work of them
In that
fast.
case,
Wow.
I think it's Loris's job if you can restrain all of them at once.
How big is the barn?
It's
also
about.
restrain somebody.
It's like your average sized real barn,
Maximum
about maybe
grasp.
100 feet wide from the front and 300 to 350 feet long. It's a pretty big barn, but that's pretty average for real life, honestly.
Loris.
Like, depending on what kind of barn it is. Like,
Well, like for horses and everything.
You were thinking of a shack.
I was just thinking of like a barn you put hay in on the farm, you know, just a small barn. Okay.
Like a livestock farm.
Yeah.
Shoot. This barn is massive. I do not know if this will be very helpful.
I do have a disguise self magic. I could turn one of you into a goblin.
Or yourself.
I would die first, then become looking like one of those creatures.
It's a job.
You're a little taller.
Cousins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not kid ourselves.
You noticed him do that.
Yeah,
Go
that
ahead and
too.
roll a intelligence check.
Uh, 14.
14. Immediately recognizing that he's like gesturing that goblins are small and short, you go, that's weird. What do you mean?
What do you mean that goblins are small and short?
Are they usually small and short?
Oh, they're from a different world. No, they're let me pull out my good old notebook here.
I have a book too!
Out of game, he's pulling out a real notebook.
In game, he just has a notebook for all of his thoughts.
Well,
Tiny gnome, tiny brain.
Yeah.
well, not a lot of goblins in my book. Very feral, and they're very much your size. Little smaller, but around the same size as like a normal full-grown elf.
Just go in and act
Once you're on the
natural.
ceiling, you could also jump down and onto one of them. So,
I'll let you bite the
or
line.
like, just
Riding
distract
him.
it. We could hit him.
Get that in the middle of all of it.
But after you hit the one,
So?
More than a nibble. I want to
Alright, I think the best plan here is to have Loris get the wall climber ability and imprison them in the cube, if that works. Do you have enough
Not
up here?
cute, but it does entangle them.
Alright.
and then we'll just all come in and just start beating the shit out of them.
Yes.
Alright,
How many
if I die again.
Well, before we start this, can I do a perception check for like rear entrance on the barn?
Yeah, sure. It'll take a minute. Well, I mean, it's gonna take like 30 seconds to go around the barn, but like still, take a second.
Can it take longer for him since he's short and has to run fast?
So 10 altogether.
10?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I don't know why I asked you to roll perception to see a big door. There is a big door about the same size as the front.
Alright. Gonna walk back around. Alright. 3 of us in the front, 2 in the back. We're gonna hit him with a scissor attack, and then right after Loris entangles them.
All I can think now is chicken attack.
It's a blitzkrieg.
I'm gonna ready my great club.
Isn't the barn
All right.
350 feet long?
Already 2 weapons.
It only took me 30 seconds.
Okay, who's in
to
front
run
and who's in the back?
Well, that's like longer than a football field. This is a big barn. That could be like a lot of.
Yeah. So go ahead and mark off with an Ethereum so that you can spider climb.
Do you want me in the back?
You get up to where you can start looking in. Do you have dark vision?
Yeah, you know.
Okay. So go ahead and roll perception. See what you see.
Can I hand someone else?
Does anyone?
14.
Does anyone speak
14?
Goblin too?
Okay.
I
Talk to
Not
Amber.
too
I
bad.
have a spell that can speak to anything.
You see 8 goblin creatures looking like they're devouring a horse.
Where are you spider climbing?
PTSD.
Spider
You
climbing.
didn't let me cast it.
Sense of
Oh,
disturbance.
did you want to do something special for that? I'm sorry.
He just starts climbing.
I was gonna say, climb, spider monkey, climb, and then spit on you. I'm transferring the spell through my spit, and then I spit on you.
Beautiful.
In my face.
Yeah, rub that shit in. Feel it.
What's it? Oh,
It's so sticky.
My skin is.
This is the first shower I've had in my whole life.
Your face just like changes, it's like clean.
Why does
Yeah,
this
it starts like dripping. Like mud's like.
Why does this
All
excite me?
right. So I'm at the window.
Yep.
Can I open it?
It seems that it's a large pane of glass that is just attached.
Okay.
Can he stealthily break it?
And how far away from them are? How far away are they from me?
Distracted.
Well, you're basically near the back of it, where there's a ledge that seems to have a ladder that goes up to it with a bunch of hay put everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And the goblins are more towards the front of the barn, where you're probably around 60 feet from the back of the barn where some of your friends are currently standing,
Uh-huh.
and about 200 feet from your other friend in the front. I feel like that's a little off, but somewhere around that.
So they're 60 feet away from me, the goblins. Or
The goblins are more about 100. At a
And
distance
the-
because of the height.
And the
NP?
okay. So I'm going to as stealthily as I can. Oh, both window.
Roll a stealth check.
This is so bad. I should have just gone down, but I want to make things fun. That's 17.
Okay. Didn't seem to budge the window right away,
Not a lot of force.
but it also didn't make a lot of noise. Your stealthiness may have hindered your ability to really put in enough force to break it.
Can we see him just kind of just going like that?
Yeah, we're watching.
Well, currently you guys are in the front and the back of the barn in front of the doors, right?
Yeah.
He's on the side of the building.
I'm gonna climb up all the way on the roof.
Oh, okay.
And-
There's
Yeah.
a few different rafters that are just no longer on the roof. So while you're on the roof, you can see through the holes up there.
Cool. So I'm gonna climb above the goblins.
Okay.
Okay. Is there a hole around there that I can see the goblins from?
First off, roll a acrobatics check, because even though you're spider climbing, which you do get advantage because, doesn't mean things can't fall from underneath you.
So it's 17.
Less.
And that one's 15.
Okay.
17.
17. Just before you feel a part of it give away from under your foot, you take the weight off of it, and you head towards the where you would imagine is right above them. And you get back on the side of the wall before taking any more chances.
Yeah.
And you get back on top. And you're right smack dab above one of the goblins at this very moment.
Okay, I'm gonna grab Ethereum and absorb it to cast my spell. And I'm going to cast Entangle, which is grasping weeds and vines spout from the ground in a 20-foot square, starting from the point within range. For the duration, these plants turn the ground in the area into difficult terrain. A creature in the area when you cast the spell must succeed a strength saving throw or be restrained by entangling plants until the spell ends.
A creature restrained by the plants can use its action to make a strength check against your spell save DC. On a success, it frees itself. When the spell ends, blah blah blah. That's what's playing.
So that's... And what's the save?
14.
On what?
Strength.
Strength? Okay. They all fail. Barely. I rolled a 13 almost.
So they're all stuck.
Currently, they are stuck. However... Well, no, that doesn't work on this. Okay, yeah. They are stuck, and everybody please roll initiative.
Sweet.
Alright.
Nice job, dude.
Good initiative this time.
Go chicken, go.
That's a +2.
Go now.
19.
Oh my god, these guys sucked at their initiative too.
What's your initiative?
This is looking great.
+4. I got a 6.
Total. That's what mine was last time. We need you in the front though.
Alright, let's start with Lethaxis.
I can't waste Ethereum anymore.
Okay.
Like it's too
So
hard.
they're close to the front
No.
door.
No, we're starting with your initiative roll. What is it?
19.
19. Theodore.
6.
Shit. Zibri.
19.
Lewis.
13.
Belton.
9.
And Kyron.
10.
Hey.
Okay, so Lethaxis, you're up.
Well, everything's been given away. Is the door open?
Kick the door.
The door is not open.
Well, I'm gonna kick it open.
In fact, you heard a... But that's it. You heard like what sounded like the ground kind of shifting and some kind of weird, almost magical sound like something growing.
Okay, so I'm with Belthan, and Belthan is currently indisposed.
Belthan and the gnome.
We didn't discuss what the go word was.
I mean, I just assumed Loris would give us a.
Oh. It happened, everybody.
You can do that on your turn. That's why I was wondering why you weren't just gonna break the window. It's basically the symbol, their signal.
Well, at this
That's
point, he
okay,
hasn't
the
given us a
duration for
signal,
this spell
so.
is pretty decent duration, so.
Did he roll higher initiative than the goblins?
You'll find out.
Okay.
Based on that out of game knowledge, in-game knowledge states that we're still waiting on a signal, so I'm still readying. I'm readying to kick open the door.
Alright. Zimri.
How much time has passed? Did we also hear the growing magically sound?
Yes, you did. You heard what sounded like ground shifting and a weird magical noise of growth, recognizable from past experiences with magic of plant-like material.
And from the back door, does it look like is it cracked open or anything at all?
It's just shut at this current moment.
I can't see through it at all.
No.
I'm gonna take my action to peek through the door. Stealthily.
So go ahead and roll stealth.
Nice.
30, 20.
Dirty 20. Nice. Okay, you seem very stealthy. Go ahead and roll perception. Do you have dark vision?
9 and I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay. So yeah, it'd be disadvantage anyways.
9.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, it's hard to make out if you can see anything, but
Do I
maybe
hear anything?
you couldn't hear anything. There was, you creak open the door without making a single noise, and you kind of reach your head around, but you can't even make out figures. It's too dark. All right, Lewis.
with that, can I tell if there's anything like around me though as I open that door?
Around you, you're at the back, right?
Yeah, the back door.
Doesn't seem to be.
I'm gonna climb down
Okay.
from the rooftop area to the
What's your climbing speed? Or what's your speed?
30, I think.
Okay.
35.
You get almost all the way down. It's about a 45-foot roof.
And I'm next to them. Kind of. Like I'm just above them.
Depending, are you getting off on the side of the barn? Or are you going towards the front of the barn and then getting down?
I'm going towards the front and then getting down.
Okay, so in that case, you're only halfway down.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna yell down to them. They're entangled.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
You were right above him. You could just let
So that's a bonus action and a movement. You still have an action. You can use that to move again.
Well, my spell's concentration.
Do an unarmed
Yeah.
strike.
As long as you're not doing something that requires a concentration, then you can do so. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm ready kicking open the door.
As my
With that, can I use
as
it?
my action, I'm gonna climb the rest of the way down.
Okay. You get all the way
I'm gonna
down,
risk the fall damage.
and you're now standing right next to all of the people in front.
Cool.
All right.
My turn.
That's your turn. Now it's the goblins' turns. As they suddenly and they start trying to escape. What is the escape DC?
14.
They succeed.
Wait, all of them?
Well, good point. I should roll for all of them. Two of them succeed.
Alright. And it's difficult terrain for them, so half movement speed, right?
Yes. As they start to slightly get around, a few of them seem to have escaped from the prison of this strange entanglement.
How would we know if the doors aren't open?
That's a good point. So,
So,
Skyron.
I'm done talking.
I mean, he yelled they're entangled, so.
I imagine, for some reason in my mind, you were just aware of your spell and what it was doing, but I realized, yeah, you're probably right. You wouldn't know.
I am aware of it. I am one with nature.
My vines have been broken.
Alright, the door's open since, Zimri opened it, right?
Were you in back with us?
It's not open.
No, you're with them.
Oh, I was
So I thought you
Just
were
Oh,
me
we're
and
on
Zim.
this side.
You guys were you four.
I
in front
yelled
of me.
really loud, by the way, when I said that.
Yeah, so you're aware now.
Okay.
The door's not open where she's at anyways, it was cracked.
Alright, I'm gonna swing the doors open.
Okay.
Strength check.
With them.
It doesn't take much.
Yeah.
The doors swing open and hit the side of the barn, and light shines into the barn as the sun is getting to a point where you can slightly see within almost all of the barn right now.
You guys.
Alright. How close is the closest one to me?
About 40 feet from you.
40 feet? Okay. So I got.
It seems like he's running the other direction,
Okay.
but he's the closest one to you is still in vines, but there's two that seem to be running in the opposite direction.
Okay. I'm gonna move forward. I got 25 walking speed, so anywhere between like 15 and 25 feet that the other ones are to me.
Okay.
So and I'm gonna cast Chill Touch on the one that's entangled.
All right. Go ahead.
How many are there? One that's
Seems to be 8.
Yeah, the closest one that's entangled.
8, so 6 are entangled, 2 of them are free.
Yep.
All right, so 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Okay. 8. No ice. 8 on the 8 die.
Ice.
Yeah. Just gonna do the same thing as I tried to do with the wolf. I'm gonna just have it spawn above him and slam him to the ground.
Okay. And how much damage is that?
8.
8 damage? You see the goblinoid creature suddenly crushed, and as soon as it gets put down on the ground, it just raises its body and hurls with emotion and pain.
Alright. Can I use... Actually, no. I guess I'll use a bonus action to like just load a bolt into my crossbow then.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
You did say you were in the front, right? Just making sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, Belton.
Okay, so
Actually,
we're all
I
in
gotta
the same
buy this.
area, right?
The ones who were... Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go in about 25 feet, and then one of the closest, like, well, I'll just do the same goblin that he hit with that spell. I'm gonna hit him with Ray of Sickness. Okay.
Right.
Sick, bro.
No. Down. 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 Go.
Oh
Love
my
you.
God, I rolled a 1.
Got it.
You rolled a 1?
I rolled a 1.
So, since you walked a little bit further than she did,
Oh god, I'm so sorry.
go ahead and roll an attack against your friend.
Oh no, Jade. Oh no.
It's not good. It's not good.
A 2?
2. It's 2d8.
No, roll an attack.
Oh.
Yeah.
15.
Did that hit? Jonah?
Jay, you're getting struck right now.
Your friend is attacking you on accident.
I rolled a 1. I didn't realize she was attacking me. 13 armor class.
Oh.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll damage.
What did you cast again?
Ray of Sickness.
Oh, this is also really bad because you're also poisoned until the end of your next turn.
Just like boom.
I'm so sorry. 1.
Yes. Yes.
2.
You take 3 damage.
Is
What's
it a
plus?
saving throw?
Does it plus anything, or is that just it? Just the dice.
That's it.
I thought all the spells have a
Just
spellcasting
took away a
modifier
fifth
on
of
them.
my health.
Depends on the spell.
I'm so sorry.
I've never seen any of them that have a.
It also depends on what kind of caster you are. Alright, is that your turn?
Yeah.
You can shout to your friend. The bonus action.
Shout to my friend. I'm sorry.
Alright, Theodore. You're up.
Okay, can I use a bonus action to just look through to like see where everybody is?
I have
Yeah.
a question about that. So with the other on the actions, there's an interactive object. Are doors objects?
Yes, that is a bonus action.
It's under different things though.
25.
Really?
Yeah. Like here, look.
I mean, I have this.
I have my bonus actions and then my other is completely different.
Yeah, she's right.
I'm
Interactive
just gonna say,
object,
like,
other
right here,
other action.
This one.
But it wouldn't be 25
Open or
if
close the
they're
door.
behind you.
Bonus action.
So she
You're right. So action would be. Action is to open a door.
I have a question real quick.
It still it acts as an other. It says to like you can open or close the door
Really, with both times? Okay, good.
with the
Other action.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, I'd have to have this open in order for me to really like the actual website that's from to see that one
Where
more.
are you at?
We're just learning still, right?
I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, right behind.
Do everything else.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Wait, you were
So if
inside
I
the
walked
barn.
25 feet and he walked 25 feet, how did I hit him with my spell?
You said 15 to 20. He said 20 to 25.
No, I said
Wait,
25.
wait, how,
Did
how
you?
does that
Yeah,
work?
100%, I promise.
Oh, okay. So I'm just,
Okay.
I'm just gonna say you're right.
So Jonah,
He said 15.
Yes.
go ahead and reverse that attack
Oh, okay.
because that's my bad. I misunderstood that.
I'm standing right with you.
Oh man.
So
Not with you.
Puking gnome was funny.
All right, Theodore.
Okay, so like just looking through is bonus.
Yeah, bonus action to perceive.
Okay. So how many are like is there like a 10
Or, well, I guess actually you wouldn't
use the
need,
lines as 5 feet.
lines 5?
you wouldn't need to worry about perception because the light from in front of the barn is now seeping through, so you can actually see the goblins. You can see pretty well.
Oh, we're back here? Okay. Okay, so in a 10 square foot radius of each line, like how many?
I can say you can get 4 of them.
4 of them? Okay. Then just by peeking through and not like actually opening the door to make our...
Sorry, radius?
10 square foot cube, basically.
Okay, then yeah, just 4 of them.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of like peek and snap my fingers and cast Shatter right on these 4 here.
Okay.
Make a small like little dash next to the ones you're getting through all the damage.
Wow, those 2 failed. And
15 Constitution.
those 2 failed miserably.
Sweet. Alright, I need 3d8s.
Those poor
And
goblins.
then, like, I don't know if they have... Oh, no, we're good. I don't know if they have any resistance to thunder, but I still have thunder adept, so...
Oh, nice.
Yeah, no matter what, they take full damage. Oh yeah, and any ones I get is a 2. Damn it.
Good to know.
I've been screwing up.
It's a 2.
That's a 7.
Oh, nice.
That's another 7.
Fuck.
And a 5.
Nice.
Alright.
19.
That's on
19
all of them?
Watch
damage.
all 4 of the ones within the radius of your shatter explode into empty, blank nothingness as their blood and guts splatter against the others.
Hey!
Good.
4 left.
You know what?
You hear immediately as one of them in a chain link armor looks out at you with complete and utter anger and disdain.
The door's not open though. Like I couldn't peek through it.
No, but your resonance from the Ethereum
Oh, okay.
seems to have alerted it to your position.
Ooh. Somebody better take care of that one.
I'm on it.
Is that your turn?
Were you in the front?
Yeah,
He was in the
yeah, all I have is movement left.
So it's this one.
Okay.
This one
I
is.
think that's my turn.
You suddenly see. Okay. This strange, bigger goblin takes up a javelin.
Ooh. Isn't he tangled?
He is, however. Does that mean anything against attacks?
Does he just
He's just entangled, so he can't walk away, right?
What?
He's just entangled. He just can't walk, right?
Let me look.
It's a lot harder without the little board that we have.
Yeah, unfortunately. Just this time,
doing what I
guys.
can.
Yeah, I appreciate the.
It doesn't really say. It says that it can use a creature restrained by the plants can use its action to make a strength check against itself or against the spell save DC.
Okay, so yeah, it doesn't affect actual attacks.
They just can't move.
Unless it's like drawing a bow or something like that. I mean, they could probably do spell attacks. That would make sense.
Wait, sorry, say it again. Just maybe I misunderstood what you just said.
A creature restrained by the plants can use its action to make a strength check against your spell save DC.
They can still do
Yeah.
their actions.
Yeah, it's just-
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can still
Spells,
attack.
normal
It just
attacks, everything. They just
So
can't
he's still
move.
stuck.
He just can't move out of
he's
there.
choosing not to try and escape, and instead throw a javelin.
Okay.
Oh, but like that wouldn't really make sense if he was entangled by.
With
It
being
entangles his
difficult
feet.
terrain, it's just on the ground.
Oh, just his feet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's not like it's vines covering 20 foot up.
So that is
Well, I
a
was thinking that.
17 versus your armor class.
Mine?
Yeah.
It hits.
Wow. I wasn't expecting that to hit.
I have 14 leather.
Oh shoot, really?
Gotta get you some studded leather again.
It would break
Dang, I thought that would
work. It would help.
I thought it was like giant vines that grabbing them and holding
It's
them.
basically
But
just.
they were
fine.
sleeping too, so they were laying on the ground,
I don't
weren't
think
they?
No, they were
sleeping,
eating a
they were
horse.
eating.
Oh, they were eating a horse. Oh yeah, I remember.
So that is 8 slashing damage. Wait, really? Oh no, sorry. It's
They were all
8
standing on
piercing
the
damage
horse.
as the javelin immediately strikes your chest and pierces in, but it doesn't seem to have hit any vital organs as you rip it out of yourself.
My cotton threads.
Question, just for out of game, just for future reference. So they were eating a horse, which I would assume they weren't standing on their feet, like eating it like a normal human. Like they were probably on their knees and hands, like.
Yes, from what you could tell, they were very barbaric in their ways of eating.
So if the entanglement entangled them while they were on the ground, wouldn't they be
Prone? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, I mean, they'd be partially prone or something like that. Like if they were on their knees, for example, they wouldn't be able to stand up. So they'd have to throw a javelin, maybe with disadvantage or something, from their knees. Just throwing that out there, because they were just freaking feasting on a horse on the ground.
As for sake of brevity, imagine the moment they saw the vine start to grow, they immediately stood up.
Okay. All right. I'm into that.
Kind of makes sense. Something
But
feral
if
would
they're
be
sleeping, they'd be fucked, right?
Yeah, if they were sleeping, Entangle would fuck them up.
All right, cool. Good to know. I had the idea that they were sleeping for some reason.
Sleeping all day.
I think
So,
I wanted them
sleep eating a horse.
to.
You suddenly see the goblin that just attacked you almost vanish, but it's weird. You know he's still there, but you just can't see him now. All right, that's his turn. So, back to the top of the order. Let me scroll up if it'll let me. Lethaxis.
It's me. Is the door open on our side now?
Yep, sure is.
Okay.
Wide open.
Can I see the cat?
That's over there.
The one that has two circles is the one who just turned invisible.
So you guys are right there.
Yeah, me and Celia are inside.
At
Okay.
25.
Which of these ones are still not entangled anymore?
It's not. It's a rough estimate.
No. I'm going to turn my attention to the nearest one that is not entangled.
Okay, there's only two that are not.
Are they closer to the back door or the front door?
The back door.
Closer to the back door.
Like I killed those four that had the.
Dude, I think you
attacks.
killed the ones that were unentangled then.
No, he killed the ones that were tangled. There,
Oh.
there were still many that were tangled.
Okay, so those two that are closest to me and Celia are the ones that are untangled.
If that's the case, I can only move 30 feet, so I'm going to move to the front of the line, right here. And I'm going to draw my bow.
Okay.
Make it
And
Technically, there's two that are entangled and two that are heading towards the back
so
Great.
one goblin
because the
has,
four died.
One goblin has vanished. Did I see him vanish though?
You saw almost like your perception just like left that spot for a second, and when you turned back, he was gone. But you know he's still there somehow. There's no way he could have gotten far. He was entangled.
Okay.
He was entangled.
Oh, we watched the vines.
And there's light pouring in. Can I see the vines? Like, does it look like they're ensnaring something that's not there?
Roll a perception check with disadvantage.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Dirty 22.
That's not.
Sorry,
At disadvantage.
22. At disadvantage, I got a 16 and a 20.
Oh, okay.
Or sorry, dirty 20. Dirty 20.
Okay. So you notice instead of disappearing, it looks like maybe he just laid down and is now hiding inside the vines.
Interesting.
I don't know that. Nice roll.
I'm gonna try to shoot him.
Okay, go ahead. I took your bonus action to perceive that, by the way.
Oh, fuck. Well, I got a 2, that's plus 6, so it's an 8.
Unfortunately, goes wide.
Damn.
Is that your turn?
Shooty shoot. So I've already used my bonus action, right?
Yep. You still have a movement.
I already moved. I moved my full pace.
Yeah, he's over here now.
I'm at the front of the line.
Okay, cool.
So that's your turn.
Yeah, that's my turn.
See this? Who's watching?
All right. So, Zimri, you're up.
I am going to open the door.
Doors are open.
And I'm going to go through that just ducked down that like disappeared, was that the only one that was like closer to our side and the other 2 or 3 are on their side?
Yeah, it was one. It was one of the 2 that were still entangled.
These 4 are dead.
The other 2 are heading your direction.
No, they're heading that direction.
You guys are in the back. So it's heading your guys' direction. It was heading away from the front.
Yeah, so I think it was these 2 that were heading.
Oh, so they were both just heading over the dead bodies of their friends.
Or
Okay.
about 3 people in there.
Okay.
Okay.
Help!
I can move on if that makes it easier.
No, that's fine. I get it now. So based in all theory, all of them are heading our way.
Except the 2 that are stuck.
Yeah, except the 2 that are set.
One's already by us, 2 are coming us our way, and the other one's staying.
And the 2 that are coming your way escaped from opposite sides of the entanglement. So they're kind of about separated, about maybe 15 feet different.
How about this?
You little bastard. Your dog is a
Little battle map, bro.
I'm doing what I can.
I appreciate it with the lack of resources that I had available at the moment.
Yeah. I'll flash it to the camera once it's over.
Cool.
So 1, 2,
30 feet. How close can I get with 30 feet?
30 feet. So let's say if you're right here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So plus if you want to do the diagonal, just
Are you asking how far away you are from the closest guy?
Yeah.
Probably about 45 feet.
yeah, that's about right. So you can do the diagonal to head towards each one of them if you want.
Mind Palace levels are more to the DM than they are to a piece of paper because it's just like it's in my head and the translation might come across differently, but I have
That's why
it.
we're
Yeah,
trying
this-
to
this is
figure
just
it
how
out, because
last
we
time,
have a big ass farm with a lot of different people that are not.
100 feet by 300 feet.
Yeah.
3,000 well, 3,000 divided by 5. That's how many squares we have.
I'm just gonna step onto the inside, like to the left of the open door.
Yeah, that's 600 squares.
So I'll put you right here.
Yeah.
Not including the pillars and everything.
And
Sinbon.
actually move 5 more feet forward.
Okay.
And I'm gonna ready my hand axe. So if they get close enough, I am going to.
Okay. So as soon as they get close enough, you will attack them with your axe.
Yes.
Sounds good. Lewis.
Right. Miku, she's gonna do my attack for me.
Fair. So you've seen 4 of them so far have perished
Yeah.
to a very familiar spell.
1, 2, 3, and 4.
I love being bard.
5, basically 5 for each one.
Okay.
Play us a tune.
That way. So, what would this area be like?
It's just in the background.
This whole thing.
I like to think that when you
25,
cast
25,
Shatter, it's like you play the worst tone,
From here.
and it's just like it just everyone just
This is the
wants
one
to die, so they
This is
explode.
like a dissonant minor 7 chord,
Yeah.
somewhat invisible.
He plays the brown note from South Park.
He's still in my circle, or still in my square of entanglement.
Yeah.
Walking on my cold drain. Okay, so I am going to pull out another Ethereum. Well, I'm going to walk forward first into the barn.
So whatever your walking speed is, if you want to work as far as you can.
Yeah, I'll just come up next to you guys here. And I'm going to pull out another Ethereum, even though I don't know if the reward for this mission would be worth using this much Ethereum. I'm like struggling with that. I'm going to do spike growth.
Spike growth. Ooh.
It's a 20-foot diameter
Oh god,
of
insane.
an area that I choose.
How far can it cast though?
Oh, it can cast really far, 150 feet.
Oh yeah, you're good then. It's the whole bar.
So cast that. This is the description. So basically, when a creature moves into or within the area, it takes 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet it travels. The transformation of the ground is camouflaged to look natural. Any creature that can't see the area at the time of the spell is cast must make a wisdom perception check against your spell's save DC to recognize the terrain as hazardous before entering it.
Where do you want to do it specifically?
In the middle of these guys.
So pretty much everybody. What's the radius on it?
It's a 20-foot diameter.
20-foot diameter. So
I believe
10-foot radius.
10-foot radius.
Okay, so you can get the 2 that are still entangled and 1 of the others.
I want to get the guy with the chain now.
Okay.
Good man.
And is it a save or is it just immediate?
It's a save.
Yeah, it looks like it's actually.
Well,
yeah,
actually, no, it's just immediate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but my other entangle and drops it takes concentration.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But it is difficult terrain again.
Yeah.
Just in a little bit of a different spot. So.
Okay. Interesting. Is that your turn?
I'm also going to say, do not walk next to them. It is difficult terrain.
Fair enough.
I'm not going to the bar.
It will hurt.
What's wrong?
Was that a bonus action?
Yeah.
Okay. Just make sure. So it is the goblins' turn. Well, the 3 regular goblins. As they start to suddenly get very confused and take lighter steps, the 2 that were entangled are confused as the vines separate and almost dissipate into nothingness as this strange new ground is confusing them, and they take very easy steps.
20-foot radius. I'm sorry, I fucked up.
Oh!
Holy shit.
So it gets all of them.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I fucked up.
Okay.
Cool.
Fantastic.
Word spikes and thorns. The area becomes difficult terrain for duration when a creature moves into. Yeah, we read that. Okay.
Okay.
Radius
Okay,
diameter.
Yeah, radius. Sorry.
40-foot diameter.
I was just looking at the little 20-foot sphere, and I was like, oh, that's a diameter. And then it says right here, 20-foot radius. So.
Fair enough. So 3 of the goblins are currently trying to get around this strange new terrain that they are having a hard time understanding as they get almost out of it, and then one of them does get out of it as he gets right next to Zimri. You're further ahead, right?
And how far in was he?
The one that just got out of it. He was about he was 15 feet away from the other one, but he's not moving yet.
So he was like 15 feet in.
Of the actual radius of that, he was like right at the edge of it.
Oh, okay.
So when he had to walk 10 feet to get out of it.
Oh, okay. So he takes 4d4.
4d4 damage.
Let me double check just really quick, just to be accurate. Yeah, so he walks 10 feet, 4d4 piercing damage.
3, 4, 5, and 9.
9 piercing.
As he gets very aggravated and gets almost down to his knees at the end of it, he jumps and pounces with his scimitar raised to the sky as he tries to slash down at your neck, clavicle.
Is that the big one, by the way?
He is now in your range, so you do get to attack first.
Is that the big one that's attacking her, by the way?
No, it's one of the small ones.
Okay, so
The other ones, they all take 4 damage as they immediately stop, being too far in to think that that's a good idea to keep walking.
16 to hit.
16 hits.
That's 4 slashing damage.
4 slashing damage. Okay.
I did really good, okay?
No. I'm just laughing for a different reason. So that is as a scimitar comes down, you slash at him with your battle axe. It cuts open his guts, you see some of them start to show through his now bleeding stomach. And his scimitar comes down onto you with a 17 to attack. That hits?
Barely.
Barely.
17 armor class.
Okay. And you take brain 12 slashing damage as the scimitar hits your clavicle and almost digs in before you grab it and just thrust your arm out, keeping it from getting too far in and causing too much irrevocable damage. So, that is that goblin's turn, as the other ones immediately halt themselves after moving only 5 feet before taking another step and taking more damage. Chiron, I believe it is your turn.
How much damage did they take?
Each of the ones that are still entangled they only took 4 damage.
Okay, so that's -4 to the 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Does that include the one I already did 8 damage to?
The one you already did 8 damage to, yes.
Okay, so that's 12 altogether.
No, sorry, he exploded.
He exploded?
Yeah.
Well, I've been drawing the wrong one then.
Oh, my bad.
Alright.
My bad.
Well, so I'm just gonna
Sorry to paint the walls.
I'm just gonna put another one right here.
Four of them just did.
Yeah, such a good spell, it really is.
I love Shatter.
Okay, I was getting my crossbow ready. I'm gonna aim at the closest one to me that's in the spikes. So I'm right here, this one right here.
Okay.
Alright. And I'm just gonna point and fire a crossbow.
Alright, go ahead.
Let me look at my actions real quick. Alright, hit. Yeah! 19.
Nice.
Plus 4.
19
23
hits,
hit.
hell yeah.
1d8 plus 2. How 6 damage.
6 damage. You see the crossbow. You see almost a halt as it.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna use the rest of my action to move closer as well. So,
Okay.
Alright, and that's the end of my turn.
Alright, Belthan.
Okay, so I'm gonna use a sorcery point to do meta magic twin spell, which means that I can target a second creature with the same spell if it only attacks one creature at a time. And it does. So I'm gonna use called Firebolt. So and it's 120 feet, so I'm just gonna do the 2 closest
Okay.
ones to me.
So you're right here.
Yeah. So I'm
Those
just gonna
two.
cast Firebolt on both of them.
Okay, go ahead.
Nice 2 for 1.
This is gonna be fun.
13.
Plus.
This is still the same round where you just stop concentrating on the vines,
Should be
too.
right next to your spell.
16.
Oh, yeah, you stopped concentrating.
16 to hit.
16 hits.
Hits both.
What's up?
This is the same round that you just stopped concentrating on the vines?
Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure. Because it doesn't just immediately vanish. I just wanted to make sure I knew it was about to happen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is 10.
Okay. Firebolt. 5.
What about the other
It's
one?
a 1d10 spell.
Okay. So 5 damage?
To both of them, or do you want to roll again for the next one? For the second?
Is it the same spell for each one? Or like, do I roll
You roll
twice?
for each,
Okay.
and each person that you hit, you have to roll attack as well.
Okay.
So you only hit one. So
Right.
that's 5 damage to one.
Does not hit.
Okay. The first one, since it's the same one, immediately burns into flames, and you watch his body collapse into the still brambles of the strange, blooming, whatever you call it, vines. And all of a sudden, the brambles begin to catch flame and surrounds, almost touching the edge of the barn.
Put it out, put it out, put it out, put it out, put it out.
However, the other goblin is also within it, and on the beginning of his next turn, he will take damage if he doesn't get out of it.
Damage plus walking damage.
Plus, yeah, every 5 feet.
This is vines, this is fire, this is spikes. They are fucked right now.
Shooty shoots.
Theodore.
But we don't have something
Okay,
going down
how
the
far
farm.
away are you?
I'm like 15 feet and to the left.
Okay, these
Like
guys
10
from
feet
you.
forward.
Easy.
5 feet to the side.
Okay.
So we got one, and we got one.
Alright, I'm gonna head next to Zimri. I'm gonna stab the goblin that's attacking her with my rapier.
Okay, go ahead. Roll your attack.
20, dirty 20.
Wow, that hits.
Cool. 1d8 plus 4. 8 damage. 8 piercing damage.
Wow, okay. You stab into the creature as it suddenly, you watch as its last breath comes out and its eyes roll in the back of its head.
Just killed the one next to us.
That one's dead. 2 left.
Collapsed onto the
How
ground.
far did I walk, by the way?
You walked about
I'd say that's 20 feet, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
15, 20. Yeah, 20. Like
I'm gonna take 10 feet back towards the back of the barn.
All right. So
So that's my turn.
Okay.
Where's the big one?
big one
He's
is
still laying down.
You're
Still
right here.
hidden. However,
He's over here. That's roughly 40 feet.
Oh.
What's up? Jimmy?
okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
You suddenly hear as the larger goblin with the chain link armor stands up, encased in flames.
Oh no.
He needs to get out of there, but also he's going to get out of
Oh, come on. Do the thing. He. Okay. So he starts to run in the direction of the open door. And immediately after
door,
getting
front door.
past the open flames, which he has to pass a few people to do. So go ahead and take attacks of opportunity, the both of you.
Okay.
Also, every 5 feet that he moved through the radius,
Oh shit! Yeah.
Oh my god.
it's 2d4.
Ow.
6,
Piercing.
4. So that's 10.
Is it an attack of opportunity? Do we have to roll a hit too?
Yes, you have to roll a hit. However, it is using.
I got over 20.
Yeah, same.
Actually, I'm sorry. He used disengage as a bonus action, so there is no bonus. There is no attacks of opportunity for that. My bad.
Okay.
Facing goblins. So he runs past you and almost caught off guard by the giant flaming creature running towards you. You just step out of the way for half a second as it runs into the pasture and immediately just lays down on the ground trying to roll, get the flame off of it.
Oh, it's outside now?
It is outside.
This is horrible.
That is its turn though. So, Lethaxis.
Okay.
Barn is not on fire yet.
Yet. Okay, where is the fire exactly at this moment? Is it only on the orc, or is it centered in one location?
Brayton,
That whole thing is on fire?
everything that was in Grant's radius.
No, it's a 20-foot cube, so it's a.
So, well, I mean, this is a 10-foot.
It's
right here.
it's almost touching the side of the barn, but it's not
Like,
quite there.
If I had to put it
So
in
it's not a 20-foot radius for
Right.
the fire.
I mean, I have
The
an
bramble
lines.
the bramble was a 20-foot diameter.
Ah, okay,
that's
yeah.
what
So it's,
and
so
it
it's
was
just
just-
this spot right here.
Yeah.
But it's close.
How
to the
large
barn.
is the spot overall?
So think of that inner circle as the fire itself.
Right, obviously, but how large is the
20 foot
20 in diameter.
20 foot radius. Or I mean, sorry, 20 foot diameter.
20 foot diameter. Okay, fantastic.
In a square. It's basically a cube.
Yeah.
Goody.
I see it as like an oblong.
Yeah.
I've got possibly a clever solution, but I have no idea if it'll work. And it'll probably damage me in the process. Fuck it. Gotta try something, right? If we burn down this lady's barn, she's not gonna pay us. Okay. So,
We don't know.
I'm gonna step to the outer side, or out of this. Right up next to the flames.
Okay. You able to walk that far? What's your walking speed?
30.
Okay, yeah. You can get right up to him.
Okay, let's see here. How am I gonna do this?
Because you're in... Yeah. Yeah, you're right next to him.
Okay. I'm gonna step
So,
one more cube forward.
like into the fire?
Yes.
Okay.
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 Flame is now on fire.
Obviously taking fire damage.
Yeah.
Reaction. Absorb elements. Including fire damage.
Can you give me the flavor text of what that does?
One reaction when you take acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder damage.
What's the flavor text? What does it do?
This spell captures some of the incoming energy, lessening its effects on you and storing it for your next melee attack. Give resistance to the triggering damage type until the end of your turn.
Okay, so it doesn't actually do anything to the fire, though. It just gives you
Yeah,
a
well,
bonus
shit. I
and
was hoping that it
resistance.
would absorb some of it.
Well, less than some
And
of
it would have
right?
done 2 fire damage.
2 fire damage.
Would it at least take away some of the fire? Or no?
Nope.
Okay.
It has no effect. He's now just standing in fire.
Oh, goody.
Alright,
Roll into it.
Everything is fine.
You do have
Zimri.
damage on your next attack, right?
I have fire attack. That was a reaction. That wasn't my action.
Oh! My bad.
That one's outside. This one's in the fire.
Okay. I'm not entirely certain on what to do, but now it's a giant, pissed off, flaming ogre. Or sorry, orc. Why do I keep on saying ogre? Giant, pissed off orc that just happens to be on fire and stored up fire damage for his next move. Where's the nearest enemy?
One of them's the big one. I believe is still in the fire.
No,
the
the
other
big
one's-
one. The big one is
The big one
outside.
ran out.
Oh, the big one ran out.
Yeah.
The other one's in the fire then, down near the north part. So you're about 15 feet away from them.
How much of my movement did I use?
I thought you used all of it.
Did I use all of it?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. About 25 roughly.
You got 5 feet.
I have clear line of no, the other guys.
It's on, everything's on fire. I don't think you have their side.
Fuck, man. I think the best thing to do would just be to lay down and start rolling all over the fire, trying to put it out.
That's a terrible idea.
That's not how you put out a fire.
That's how you put out yourself.
You
Ooh.
could step back and
Wait a
be
minute.
on the fire.
What? Step back and what?
Be on
Be
the
on the
fire.
fire.
That'd be better than rolling in it.
That's actually probably a better.
Because you're
idea.
just absorbing what goes into you, not what actually is
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, it was worth a shot. I got nothing short of a blanket that I could. But
And keep in mind how much Ethereum you're using.
yeah, I've used one so far.
Yeah. Alright, is that
Okay,
your
let's
turn?
let's be clever and try to pee on the fire. Why not? I'm stepping out of the fire and peeing on the fire.
Rocket.
Yeah. With fire.
With fire pee, don't do that.
You attempted. The ladder is empty. I rolled for it.
Maybe didn't just get blisters on his dick.
I stepped out of the fire.
You went into the fire.
You were
You
close
attempted.
enough.
You definitely
Stage
had
fright.
blisters on his dick.
Alright,
Go by- I'll go by the broth.
Zimri.
So
Can I roll for confidence?
how far did he run into the pasture?
He's just like 10 feet out of the front door.
Yeah, like
Cool.
he's just right.
So I'm gonna step into the doorway, and my hand axe that's a little like gooey from the other one I just like sliced. I'm just gonna huck it at him.
Fair enough.
Skillfully.
Okay, go ahead and roll for your attack. Since you're not exactly adept at throwing a battle axe,
It has
it's-
range.
it has a range.
Yes. It's
What's
a
your
hand
range?
axe, not a battle axe. So where's
Oh.
It's 20 feet.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, that's perfectly fine to roll your attack.
Oh.
does that?
It misses?
I like go
What's your
too
rule?
late and it just smacked in front of me.
Hmm.
Not a 1. A 2.
Okay.
Well, can I try that again with 2-weapon fighting with my other one?
I'll allow it.
Cool.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we're just gonna do the other hand.
Cool. Tomahawk.
17.
17 hits.
Cool.
Sweet.
Just barely.
I'll take it.
Nice.
Plus the 9 slashing.
9 slashing.
That's
All right.
Yes.
You watch as this flaming goblin, as it was almost out of getting the flames off of it, suddenly its body is almost separated into half as the hand axe lands directly in its face and almost completely eviscerates the head.
Perfect.
That one, it's just safe to assume he's dead.
Yes, still on fire.
In a pasture.
Fire still.
Yeah.
And fire can
I'm
spread.
gonna pick those up after we're done. Just so weird. Okay.
All right, is that your turn?
I'm gonna step over it, just close up and be like,
Nice.
that's my turn.
Luris.
They're not animals, Luris.
Ah.
No, they're human-ish.
Are there any obvious
fingers.
water troughs that I can see
In the barn there is.
in the barn?
There's like 6.
Big ones?
And roll perception.
Ooh. That's 18 plus 6, 24.
24. 3 of them have been knocked over. One of them is full of blood, and the other 2 are full of water.
How far away are they from me?
Currently, the closest one to you that's full of water is about 20 feet away.
Okay. And how close is that to the fire?
Roughly 40 feet.
And the next closest one with water?
The next one that had water in it, to the other side of the barn.
You said there's 6 in here
Still
altogether.
got blood on fire.
Okay.
It's not good.
And what's the blood one?
It's like a lining of blood, not like full.
Yeah.
So
So it's water and blood?
yeah.
It's thick. It'll put
But
it
it's
out.
like,
Well, I mean, it's not full by any means. I mean, it was tipped, and there's just blood lining the bottom of where it currently is tipped.
Oh, so it's empty-ish.
Yeah.
and who's next to me?
So
Oh, also you see
you're here. She's here.
the corpses of 10
Yeah.
horses.
I'm here.
Oh, shit. Ooh, I'm not strong enough to move horses, and I'm pissed about it.
So I'm gonna say this one is the one that's tipped up.
Yeah, this one has water in it, probably.
So this one has water. This one. This one. This one. This one.
I'm going to run over to the one that has water in it. It's 20 feet away.
Okay.
Or walk. I mean, run.
I'm gonna go there.
I'm just gonna go to it.
Okay.
Leisurely stroll there.
I'm going to yell, "Someone help me lift this!"
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right. The final goblin that is still in the flames. Let's see how long it lasts in flames. Standing still, knowing it'll take damage if it moves. It's still just sitting there. Just basically crying out in fear and pain. As for the next 6 seconds, it burns to a crisp.
Alright, so that's
Well, they're all dead.
Yeah, all the goblins are gone, and now the barn is nearly on fire. We are out of combat, and the barn is about to catch, and the field out front might also catch.
Alright.
So we need to get
So
off.
I'm gonna react
combat's
to
easy.
Luris and start heading towards the trough too to see if we can lift this fucker.
We're gonna also
Okay.
Let's do it.
okay, do you want to grab
So
another
you
trough?
two-
We're gonna get the one in the
I'll grab a
pasture.
trough with
So
her.
this one over here?
We're grabbing
Not
the
what
one that's
others-
on the
wait, yeah.
other side.
The So we're gonna
Okay.
try and put out the one in the pasture.
So we're grabbing that one.
and
We're
then
grabbing this one.
Braden.
Yeah, we're grabbing. Braden and I are grabbing this one.
Okay. So
Battle music.
Yep.
let's say
Now danger music.
sides.
Just fire.
Grant, me,
Great. Now we're fighting fire.
and then
My mortal enemy.
Mackie.
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna try this. How far can we move?
One thing I
For
don't have.
initiative. For
I didn't say half
Yeah.
movement speed.
Hey, am I still on fire?
Hey, maybe we'll
Uh,
get
Fire uses like fire gold.
Maybe we'll get some like.
Yes, you are in the fire. On the next turn, you will take damage.
Killed the goblins and put out the fire.
Definitely try to put it out on the side
Fire
it's about to
fighters.
I wonder how long I can hold on to that absorb elements thing. I still have a fire melee attack available.
It should say it in the flavor text.
Either that or until you take a long
Just like for
rest.
duration or long rest, yeah.
Duration. Yeah, 1 round.
We're just trying to go to bed and you just like belch the fire and then catch it.
So, I believe I've shown you this before. You guys are currently on this path. You're at that barn right there.
Oh, goody.
And the pasture is right in front, but there is a walkway, a pathway that is made of cobblestone.
And there's a ocean.
Yeah, not
farther
too far
from
away.
it. Anybody got any spells that manipulate?
Well, I mean, if you're gonna walk to the ocean, walking would be 10 minutes of walking.
Yeah, that's too long.
Come back.
Let's go get a bucket each.
Alright, so
We have the water troughs.
so it looks like each of us in pairs have grabbed a water trough on the northeast, southeast, and southwest sides of the barn. I have that
Well, only 2
backwards.
had water in them.
Only 2?
Yeah,
Which two?
Yeah.
basically the opposite ends.
So we grabbed one and they grabbed one.
Oh crap! So we're grabbing empty ones. You?
No, I grabbed a full one for sure.
Oh, so okay. So this one's full. This one's empty then.
There's one full of blood, though.
No,
It's still
It's not
liquid.
full of
It's not
them.
full, yeah.
It just
Yeah,
has
it's
some
like-
blood
it's-
in it.
yeah,
it's
it's-
not.
it's this one.
Do you guys think you could grab buckets?
They
That one.
yeah they actually grabbed the other one
So
on
we
the
grab
opposite.
that one then.
This one's
But
empty.
it's just one body.
It's just this one and this one.
burning.
Are there any buckets around that we could like?
But it might
The
not be.
field's catching on fire.
But it might not have yet.
See sparks shooting out from the flames.
Oh god!
Some
Everyone
of them
lift.
start hitting the barn side
We're
wall.
all
Okay.
gonna lift
So
the
me
same
and-
one to do it faster.
Yeah. So me, Loris, Brit,
Lithoxis.
Lithoxis, and Bilthin are all grabbing the north western one.
Poking it over.
That
Theogrin
should be
and
enough.
Zimri are
It's
grabbing the south.
Theodore.
We're trying to mix
Teddy.
things.
Teddy are grabbing the southeastern one. So
Okay.
us four are gonna see if we can put it out on the side that's closest to the barn's like walls.
Okay.
My friends, let's lift this water close to the fire.
Everybody, please roll. Whoever's tossing this. Let's say a dexterity check.
I think we should not pour all of ours out.
Who's got the highest
We'll just pour a little bit.
And then
Got
two.
So I want to say this is more about how well
of
you
us
throw
roll
the
it,
water.
Are we all?
We're not throwing the water. We're just taking the trough to dump it, though.
You're just dumping?
Yeah, we're taking it up there and dumping it on the fire.
Okay. Okay. In that case, just strength.
Check.
Are we all doing strength check?
Whoever's carrying the troughs.
We're all
Well, I mean,
drops.
4 of us.
Oh,
Are.
you're
Like,
okay.
helping each
Okay.
other.
Yeah. Then let's say the 2 strongest probably of each group.
Okay, so I'm out.
I'm out.
I got 18
18.
I got an 11.
overall.
Yeah.
So about halfway through, you stumble a little bit, and a little bit of the water drips out before you catch yourself and keep walking.
I'm still on fire, guys. How much damage do I take?
You only were on fire at the beginning of your turn, so you only took 3 fire damage.
You're just steaming at this point.
Nice. I'm just sitting there.
But you weren't caught on fire. You were just taking fire damage.
Okay. So hot.
The goblin was caught on fire because he was literally within the brambles when it all of a sudden went up in flames.
I feel like
So.
we killed shit's alter ego.
17. And that was just 17 for one of you. The two strongest of your group.
There's only
There's
just
only
two
two
of
of
them.
us.
Then what was your roll?
13.
Okay. Without too much of an issue.
And we're not dumping all of it, we're just dumping enough to make sure it's good and then we're taking the rest inside.
Yeah, because we're dumping on the body in the pasture first.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, with that low roll then, you almost stumble and dump it all before you get to the body and just dump it. As the flame had already started to spread, it wipes out the flames.
One's done.
But there's still water left, or you just dump it all?
There's a little bit left, enough to probably put a little more fire out in the barn. Yours takes out, since you said you're going towards where the barn wall is.
Yeah, like close to where the barn's gonna catch on fire, where the fire is.
You start dumping the water, and it starts to cascade outwards. And it seems to, because of the slant in the ground, it almost only reaches a little 5 by 5 foot area of where the water is, or where the fire is.
Anybody got water skins on
Is there
there?
a
I don't know why
well?
we poured it right there, but
Because
Water
it's
skins
about
are
to
like
catch
this
the barn
big.
on fire from outside.
There's about 15 feet worth of flame that you didn't hit
So
that
here,
could
hit
still.
fire,
Water,
close to the
water
barn,
skins
there's
can hold
still
4
fire.
pints of liquid.
Can
That's
I-
2 quarts.
Can I-
Half a gallon.
Can I
For a
try
20
Yes,
square
there's
foot radius
2 horse bodies that are
fire.
right next to where the flames are about to reach out.
Can I try a poison spray?
3 gallons.
See if I can
Yeah,
put
3
it out.
gallons.
Yeah,
to put out
go ahead.
20 square foot fire.
With poison
That's
spray,
not
what's the
bad.
attack?
I was thinking of loaded and then catch on fire.
Friends, we should grab some of the horse bodies and see if we can snuff the fire.
Actually, that's not a bad idea.
I would say roll a d20, and tell me what you get.
Okay.
Higher than a 10, and you get a little bit.
I'm just gonna say that didn't work.
It seems to just sizzle as it touches the flames.
Yeah, I thought it was like a spray, but it's more of a gas anyway.
Who
Is there
wants
a
to
well
move the horse
nearby?
body with me?
Is there a well?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Nobody.
Well, I'm gonna react and I'm gonna move a horse.
There's
body
one
with
behind
it.
the barn.
There's a well behind the barn, guys.
Well, you guys do the well thing.
Alright, I'm going with Belfin.
You two?
With
We're
the
gonna
Go ahead
drop.
and roll again.
Yeah, we're gonna head over to the opposite side where it's getting close to the edge and dump the rest of ours. Still a strength check.
Yep. Just to make sure you don't drop it on the way.
It's less full, so
I dropped it.
8 and what?
8 and 14?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you dropped it and the rest of it came out. However, rolled good, so you're lucky. Because of the slant in the ground, the water cascades down towards the flames and puts out a good chunk of where the flames are heading towards the wall.
Thank God.
So we're taking
There's
a
still a
turn.
flame in the middle of the barn, but it's not close enough to the wall to be a problem. Sorry, what?
We're just gonna take another truck and go to the well and fill it up.
Yeah, me and her.
Okay. So go ahead and roll.
Get your truck.
They're moving horses to see
Oh,
if they
moving
can.
horses, okay.
We'll help.
Okay.
Yeah,
'cause we're
we'll go
not
help.
sure.
So you're moving horses.
We're moving horses.
We're gonna put horses on the edge of the fire and see if we can push it in and snuff the fire a little bit.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a strength check.
One.
I hope not.
Why do you cast these bad omens?
You got a 16.
16.
16.
Double 16.
Nice. Fucking nice.
How did you get a 16?
Without too much struggle, the horses' bodies seem to give and you push them towards the flames. Their moist, dead bodies seem to almost repel the flame away as it gets closer to where the center is, and you push them, almost collapsing between the two. The flames are engulfed, and there's nothing left.
Nice job.
Meanwhile, me and Belfin come in like, we got the water!
Good, I need some. I just pour a bucket on my head.
too.
It's not a bucket, it's a trough.
All right.
A trough on your
There's
head.
buckets around me.
So with that in mind, we'll go ahead and take a break from here, and we'll come back after a word from our sponsor.
Yes! Good wrap, everyone. Gotta see this energy again tomorrow.
Now we're firefighters and goblin killers.
Goblin killers.
World Anvil. I use World Anvil to keep track of basically everything D&D. I have the entire world of Mortonshire that I created for my previous campaign, and is now shareable in the link down below, on this website. When DMing a game of D&D for my friends, I like to have everything crafted, and just let them explore the possibilities that the world provides. And in order to do that, I need the world to be already crafted. I sometimes take entire days to even entire weeks to write characters, locations, and lore. And when I do, I put it all on World Anvil to keep it organized. I've gotten to the point that I'm pretty sure I've spent hundreds of hours on the map of Mortonshire alone. The mapping system is my absolute favorite aspect of the design this website offers. With it, I can easily keep track of the city's populations, distance from place to place, and have quick links to any article that's connected to the locations in question. Not to mention how sleek it all is, and how easy it is to set up. All you need is an image to go off of to start placing down pins that lead to articles. I would recommend World Anvil to anyone who's looking to start a big campaign and would like to organize things to be a lot smoother and easier. If you would like to try out World Anvil for yourself, I have an affiliate link down below, as well as a coupon code ROLLYD to get 10% off of any purchase. World Anvil is free to use, but comes with extra perks if you're willing to pay some extra months. Plus, it supports the show if you use it, so make sure to keep it in mind if you decide to buy anything. Alright, enough with the paying the bills. Let's get back to the show.
Hello.
And we're back. So hi everybody. So, after everyone had just saved the barn from being caught on fire and and defeated the goblin menace that had been ravaging through that barn, killing all of the horses that were inside, we were now outside with a once very on fire and now very charred body of a goblin.
I picked up my axles.
Alright. Before a lady that hired you suddenly starts walking back very cautiously. Is it done?
It's all done.
I do.
They're done for me.
Alright.
I'm going to search any of the charred bodies to see if I can find any Ethereum or gold.
Okay.
I'm gonna search
I'm
the
gonna do
one in
that
the
too.
field.
Go ahead and roll a
We're closer to the
investigation check. Did you say you were doing as well?
I also am.
I think the one's not
Well, that's the first two people I heard.
Anything that I find, I'm going to split with everybody, by the way.
I think that's
Yeah.
easy.
I'll do just the ones he's not doing at the moment.
Okay.
Mac
So
is
you roll
already-
two.
We're over the charred
17.
body, like the
Okay.
the one with the
Yeah, I
arm.
picked up my
So
axles.
we'll
Anyway,
go through
do
that.
that one.
Okay. What'd you roll?
5.
What'd you roll?
Oh, crap. 17.
17.
Oh, I was supposed to roll?
Are you searching your
Yep.
bodies? Then yes.
Is it just by itself or is it investigation?
Investigation.
15.
15. Billy?
8.
Okay.
I still have to tell
17.
17.
19.
So, upon searching through the bodies, you find a collection of Ethereum, about 13 crystals in all, and 2 copper pieces, 4 silver pieces, and 7 gold pieces.
We rolled to take the guy's armor.
The armor is now melted to his body.
Ah, that's a bummer.
It's the hardest
You can eat him though,
Wait,
if you would like.
Nah, he's humanoid.
In that order? Okay.
Okay, so wait, 13 Ethereum?
Each?
No.
No, altogether.
That would be 2 each
2
plus
each
one
plus
on one
1
person.
for whoever needs it. So who has the least amount of Ethereum?
Well, Jonah gave you 2 Ethereum, so Jonah would probably.
No, those were the two that lady gave
Yeah,
me.
the lady
Yeah.
gave me 2.
Let me double check that for you.
So I'll take 1 and you guys can all take 2. Or sorry,
No.
is that
Someone can get 3.
Everybody else gets 2.
There's 13, so 12 divided by 2 is 6. Each one of you gets 2. And then one of you gets 1.
Is
Or
there
one
anybody
more.
who's like super heavy spellcasting besides Bob?
I'm pretty much
I'm literally
exclusively-
just
I have
spellcasting.
decent spells.
I'm
But-
more war.
Also, I turn into animals a lot, and that costs an Ethereum every time.
Yeah, you guys take the
That could be
Ethereum. I've still
useful.
got a bit left.
Give me one of mine.
Yeah, I'll just take 2.
I have 5 of them already.
So
Okay.
you're not taking any?
I'm originally from this world. I have
So who are you giving your 2 to?
I gave them the bow at the beginning. Remember?
No,
No, right now.
No, the ones that we're separating out right
13
now.
right
Because
now.
we each get 2, so who are you giving your 2 to?
Everybody read off their Ethereum. Whoever has the lowest, I'll give it to them.
I have 3.
I won.
So you get it.
Yeah.
So you've got
Do you
3
do
now.
spell casting and stuff?
Kinda.
Technically, now you have 5. Because 2 and then another 2. Yeah, plus your 1.
Oh, okay.
So I have 5.
So did I get 2?
Yes.
The rest of us got 2.
Yep, who got the extra 1?
I'll take it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you deserve it.
How many do you have?
I still have 10 altogether.
Oh, that's good.
So now I have 11.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright.
All right.
I mean,
oh,
how
actually,
many do you have?
actually, while we're discussing this, there's 7 gold. Everybody, how much gold do you guys have? Let's go to your equipment.
I have 0 gold.
Okay.
I've got 9.
And I've got 4, 9.
Ours is different.
Mine's in
Yeah.
there.
I have 11 gold.
Keep in
11.
mind Ethereum is worth 10 gold pieces each.
Okay.
That's not.
I'd say you two are probably good on gold if you're okay with that.
I have 0.
So yeah, you're gonna need a chunk of gold from the pile. We'll give you like 1 to get to 10. You have
Yeah, that reimburses me for paying
20,
for
so you're
carriage.
good too. I have 4, so I guess if you guys are okay with it, the gold could be spread across me, Grant, and Braden. Since we have the lowest amount of gold.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Okay, so 7. So Braden, you get 1. Then it's 6. You have 5.
I have 0.
Oh, okay, 0. Take 4 of them. I'll just take 2.
Okay, cool. That works.
All right. After that,
I got 2.
after that, we got silver. We have 4 pieces of silver. Does anyone care where the silver goes?
Who paid for the inn?
Give this. Yeah.
Then Jonah gets the silver.
Cool. Diplomacy.
And then 2 copper. I don't know if anyone cares.
Just give it to Grant.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Grant's more.
Okay.
Very poor.
So while you're searching the bodies,
Not yet.
the old lady comes over.
Ethereum do you have?
I have
Then you have 70 gold.
that 10 gold I was telling you about. And a little bit more. I managed to scrounge 3 more gold pieces.
She empties a bag on the floor.
That's what we just did, right?
No, this is extra. This is what she was going to pay you.
This is what we found, is what we just did.
Wow, that's 2 each. That's 2 each, and 1 plus 1 person.
This stuff, since it's payment, we should disperse evenly. Since we just dispersed the other ones.
Yeah, that's
One
2
person
each.
still
One
gets
one
2.
person gets 3, and
Just
that
like
should be
she
Grant
has.
because he still has the least.
Do you mind if I actually get reimbursed for the cart ride? Which was 1 gold piece?
Can we let him
Sure.
finish what we're doing?
Yeah.
How are my horses?
Oh, shit.
Sadly, they have been.
They were checked before we could save them.
All of them?
How many did you have?
I had 10.
Yeah, that's all.
How
Did
much?
we see 10 of them?
We only saw 2 in the barn.
There were like
Said-
8.
Don't think we saw that.
I thought we said 8.
You saw 10.
Did we?
10 dead bodies. Grant did, technically.
All 10 of them have been devoured. Man, how much does a horse go for here in this realm?
About 2 gold pieces each, unfortunately. But not all is lost. I have a few other barns. That was just the stable for comers and goers.
Well, luckily, it almost burned down.
We managed to save it.
Well, I appreciate that. If I had more gold, I would be happy to give
This is plenty.
Is there any chance that we could borrow a couple horses from your other barns? Just for traveling purposes. We'll keep them safe.
Normally, I wouldn't have the ability to, but with these circumstances, I'd say I will make do. I can get 2 horses for all of you. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to be enough for each of you, but
Unless we get a
it's all I can
carriage.
part with.
Do you have a carriage we could use?
I don't personally, but I think you can rent some from one of the mill owners down here.
This is invaluable knowledge. We do appreciate it.
Should we ever come back into town, would we be free to use your barn as a place to keep the horses as well?
Absolutely. If I'm not here, just ask for Bethanol.
Out for who?
Bethanol.
And the area upstairs. Say we needed a place to sleep.
Ah, yes. You had mentioned needing a place to stay for the night. You're more than welcome in the barn. And if possible, I'll bring out a few cots.
Much appreciated. Lastly, would you do me the kind favor of spreading the word amongst the people here that we are sellswords for hire? We are willing to take on any kind of manner of jobs.
Well, I'm not exactly well known, but I can do my best.
If you know anyone who is, it would be most valuable to us.
Yes, absolutely. I'll spread your word.
What
What is your name?
I'm Theodore Charles Albert.
Well,
We need a
what would I
traveling-
call your group?
How about
Alright,
how about
out of game.
Eden?
At a game.
Eden.
What was our
I like it.
name?
Eden?
Yeah, we
Guiding.
had a
Guiding Black
We
Sun
had
before.
yeah.
Eden's pretty good.
It's something small.
What do you guys think?
I'm not hugely crazy about Eden. Eden's
Okay.
interesting.
We should do something because we're all oddballs in this world, right? Except for John.
I would
Friends.
prefer
still
this to be
bad for
in-game talk, by the way.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh,
like
okay.
you guys
Oh, okay.
huddle together all of a sudden.
One moment, please.
What should we call ourselves?
What is the world that we're from?
Fun.
Or
You're
like-
from Mortonshire.
Morton
That's
Sharians.
wrong.
That's gross.
How about
What about the oddballs?
You're from Thackeray
Oddballs?
of Mortonshire.
That wouldn't get us much business. How about Shrine? I don't know.
It needs to
Do
have a
something
ring.
with Thackeray. Since it's
Well-
where we're from.
We could, but not
I
all
think
of
we
us
should
are from.
we should embrace our oddness in this realm.
How about Grin?
What about just
Just
like
group-
the Moro? It also means tomorrow. So
We could say Stout, maybe?
stout. That's
To
a
the
beer.
Stouts.
You know some strange beers if that's the case. I've never heard of this stout.
What about the Outlanders?
I like that.
I like that.
Right?
I like that.
It works. Yeah.
Outlanders.
Outlanders.
Outlanders for hire.
That's good trying.
Sure. Why not?
Just call us the Outlanders.
the Outlanders.
I will. Thank you.
Thanks for your input.
You better.
Absolutely.
Oh my god.
If it wasn't for all of you, I'd have one less barn, and that would be quite the trouble. So thank you very
And
much.
still a goblin problem.
Absolutely. Speaking of, if there's any way you can find out exactly where they even came from, that'd be fantastic. But as long as they don't come back, I'm fine.
Are you well versed in tracking?
May I see the map of this town again?
Yeah,
I'd say I can.
it was given to you, I believe.
It was.
You know, if I like turn into some sort of
Fair.
You said we were here.
turn into a hound.
Southern,
So
I can use
here.
my survival skills. and follow
in one of the
tracks.
barns.
Ah.
Oh, down here.
I'm
Okay.
proficient.
Proficient in survival. Yeah. Fellows, shall we track these goblins, see where they came from?
Well,
I'm in.
I think we should maybe rest.
Oh, of course.
We have a bar.
We have a barn.
Well, if anybody gives you trouble, let them know that you're allowed here. Beth and all gives you good graces.
Much
Is
obliged.
that your name?
Yes.
Can we call you Beth?
I suppose.
How about ethanol?
Ethanol.
That's weird.
I wonder if there's a not Beth.
Oh, methyl.
Not Beth.
That's a nice ring to it.
Can we call you Bethamphetamine?
You
You are
I prefer
positively,
Beth in that
positively
context.
addictive.
Beth salts.
What is the name of
Hey,
the
that's a
Yeah.
good one too.
She's Beth and Belle.
What was the name of the barn? The thing that was on the outside.
Bath and Beyond.
Let me pull that up real quick.
I just want to write that down so I can be like, hey, we're gonna go here.
The funds are.
Feel?
Funds are
Yeah, no problem. Let me.
Feel.
Chop,
Oh no, it's been disconnected.
chop.
What was on that?
Give me just a second. Technical difficulty. Oh. I should not turn that off.
Yeah.
Would you just, like,
The graceful
like,
steed.
Graceful.
Actually,
One of many affirmers. By many, I mean 4.
you just need to find a carriage. Just a quick little carriage.
Okay.
Oh,
So you have 2 horses to borrow.
methanol. By
got
any
one
chance, do you
person
know
who
a
can
place
turn
we
into a
can
horse.
procure some carriages?
I wonder how much a carriage costs.
I'm not exactly
those
certain
people.
of which of the patrons here would be able to supply that, but I'm sure you could find someone. Probably down here in the southern area of the town.
Appreciate it.
What time is it?
Right now it's about 6 p.m. So you're getting to closer to dark.
So is there a shop that we can check out for carriages?
Provided somewhere in the southern area of town, whether or not I'd say we head inside the wall, we might be able to find something.
Beautiful, Romeo.
We are near
Nomeo,
the
leave
place
the
we entered this world.
Can we
They had a carriage.
pick up the horses on our way back out?
Might be able to strike a deal.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I'll have them at this very barn first thing in the morning.
Okay. That's great.
Alright.
Ready, break.
Yep. Ready?
Break. Alright.
Where are we going?
The southern end of town. So since we're right here, we should head inside the walls. Methanol will probably provide the horses once we get back.
Because
But
why are we
we,
going inside the walls? We can sleep here for free.
no, the thing is, we should come back to get information on the goblins if we can. We can also ask around the people down south here if they saw
And then we're going to
come in.
See if we can buy a carriage.
Also, health potions. We have some gold now. We might be able to get some health potions.
Except every single one of them costs upwards of 10 gold pieces. Or sorry, 50 gold pieces
And hence why I said might.
For what?
for health potions.
Which is 5 Ethereum.
Alright, so we need to go into town for carts, information on the goblins, and supplies for our next travel attempt.
So it would be a blacksmith. Would be in order. I'm wearing leather armor. Could use some studs.
Whoever has no healing abilities should go out to shop for potions. The rest should split up to look for the carts and information.
Like I said.
None of us have enough money for any potions.
Really?
Like I said, we came into this
50
world
that's where that
through the
was.
farmhouse of that nice man that remember we were all
Back that way.
Yeah. We're on the right side of the wall, we could stop by. And on the way we could ask about goblins.
That is a day's travel from here, though.
Days walk.
Day's walk.
Well, 2 of us can go on horses. 3 of us could go by horse.
I can keep you in my backpack.
Alright.
4 of us
More
could
of us
go by
can play
horse.
horse.
Technically 5 if you want to carry somebody.
A horse can carry 2 people.
So one of us stays for information, the other 2 ride to see if we can get carriage from those people.
You and
Well,
Why am I
we've
always
proven useful at
stuck
getting
with
information
royals?
already.
Nice.
Plus, I'm sure he wouldn't mind a stop to the brothel. I've got burns that need treatment.
Large man,
My
did you
feet
say
are killing
brothel?
Yes.
Did they give
Oh, story time!
Did they
I
give
proceed
gnome
to tell
jobs?
everything to you guys that happened.
Did you really bring up your feet?
Is that not
I
how
did
you're
not
supposed to do
understand
it?
at the time. I feel like an imbecile now.
As you should.
She meant your genitalia, you twit.
It would have been so different if I had known. Even thinking about it now.
Well, now we're all thinking about it. And if it looks like your feet, then
You may need
Lord have mercy.
you may need a bath first.
You may need 12.
I mean, come on.
You realize I can turn into animals.
Like a weathered man.
Does that mean the only action he got was from a bear or a deer?
That's a good
Can you turn
question.
into a fish?
All right.
Go play in the water.
It's
All right.
been hitting on
So, as you start to walk into the city, there's a bit of a different feeling in the air. Like people are starting to come together and possibly celebrate. It's very interesting as it becomes darker. It's almost like the people here are becoming more livelier.
Ooh, party time. That's
Party.
Is anybody like close by to us?
There's a few children that are about to run by as you're speaking.
me your Instagram. Okay.
I'm gonna kick him.
Can I stop one and just ask, what's all the commotion?
Oh, it's just, well, it's nighttime.
Any particular reason why that is?
We're at an anchor point. Time to party.
Ah,
where's the party?
Everywhere.
you're like 12.
Are we just partying for fun?
I can party.
Are you a gnome?
No.
Gnome.
You guys are funny.
You got a problem with gnomes, kid?
No.
Damn it, I missed that.
Sorry. Did you need something?
Oh no. Run along, child.
Okay. Wait, guys! He books it.
You're a lovely child.
Well, should we ask the royal guards for any information on goblins? Because we could also ask Alexander tomorrow if your request goes.
Well, we didn't have the request for a day's time.
We could just ask the guards since they haven't heard anything back yet.
Alright. Do we see any royal guards nearby?
At this very moment, it's almost as if they're nowhere near
Okay.
the merchant's specific district.
I guess we should go to City Hall then.
What merchants, like what stores are we near?
Pretty much all of them, as you are on the end of town where most of them are.
I want to go to the one that has potions, actually.
Let's go.
Okay.
I'll go too.
I think-
all the partying, maybe there's sales going on.
I think I'm gonna separate and head to
Taking
the.
advantage of drunk people.
I think I'm gonna separate and I'm gonna head
That's
to
the best way
the
to
city
sell.
hall.
City Hall. Okay.
It's from you.
Does anyone want to go with me to city hall?
Are there,
I
are
shall
there any
accompany.
shops that are closed?
My friend.
My friend.
At right now,
Eddie.
this time of day,
Don't tell my husband.
there's nothing currently closed.
When will they close?
You can ask around and find out.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask.
I think I'm gonna
Let's
break off and go to the
Let's
smithy.
not ask the shop owners though.
Yeah.
To the Silver Sword?
If they have a blacksmith table, sure. The guy
Well,
with
it's the same
angry-
guy that you were at.
Yeah, the guy that smelted down the gold and everything like that for us.
Yeah.
So I may need to. Let's all three of us head to the blacksmith and then let's head over to the city hall.
I'm in.
I do want to get some studded.
I'm asking the nearest person to me.
Okay, so where is everybody gone?
1, 2, 3.
Me,
Loris.
Luris,
The foxes.
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 We're heading over to the smithy.
Okay.
I think me and Zimri are heading towards the potion shop with Belgium.
Okay, so you three are heading towards a potion shop, which
Or any.
go ahead, whoever's taking the lead with you three, roll an investigation check to see if you can find
Hang on, let me
a
check
potion shop.
investigation.
What are we supposed to do?
We must drink with the children.
Investigation.
You are sick.
Well,
The one that
that's
slept with the
three.
bear.
What's your investigation?
That's
I'll just do it.
We didn't talk about this. You know nothing.
10. I got 10.
I assumed it.
That is altogether. So.
10. Okay. So, after talking to a few different people with a 10, you receive information that they don't know of a potion store. Maybe there is one, but none of the people here are very sure. They know of the Ashy Enchanter. They know of the Rolling Capes.
Well,
And Marty's Critters.
I choose Marty's Critters.
Okay.
Marty!
Marty.
Doc and Marty.
You gotta put it up.
Marty or Gritty.
Marty, you gotta put it
All right.
Way up there, Marty.
I'm getting a pen.
A Morty?
Alright, so you head towards where they said Marty's critters are. And by the time you get to where they said you were supposed to be, there's a small little building with what seems to be a strange slant at the back that goes into the ground of pure concrete.
Okay.
Coming from the ceiling of the house.
I'm gonna walk in.
There's a tentacle symbol above the doorway.
I like the cut of this jib. I'm going in.
Alright.
Sorry, what?
The door opens, and you are delighted with the smell of shit.
Of shit.
Of literal
I
shit.
was trying to think of the word that you use when it's for plants.
Fertilizer?
Manure.
Compost.
So shit.
It's compost.
It's not compost.
Compost is nasty. Manure
As
is less nasty.
Compost is the after effects of this.
Yeah, manure's pretty rad.
That's definitely worse than compost.
Manure is just shit.
Yeah. The smell wafts into your nose as soon as you walk in. You see cages of cages of cages scrolled upon the walls until the floor seems to start going into a downward slope into the ground. And the cages in front currently are empty. The floor is wooden with a very strange brown rug that seems to just course around the floor.
It's not a rug, it's the shit.
And you hear noises of animals
With you guys who'd be pooping on the
chirping and barking and howling coming from inside further down.
Okay. I'm gonna keep going in then, I guess down the slope or whatever you say.
Alright. You go down the slope and immediately you see that expands outwards. The brown carpet-like thing is it seems to expand with the room itself, covering most of the floor except for close to the walls, where the room, almost in a circular shape, comes back around. Massive, probably 45 feet radius of a room with cages lining throughout the entire room, all across the wall, right past the rug. Animals, all types of weird creatures, squids, some form of monkey that's trapped in a cage, a strange wolf that is howling currently and is about to start just growling and staring. And right in the middle of all of it, a desk and a man with purple skin standing with shaven head and a bow tie with a nice suit.
Ah, yes. How can I help you?
Are you Marty?
Yes, I am.
Wonderful. Alright. So, do you sell potions here by any chance?
Potions. Ah, we do have a few things. What are you looking for?
Personally, I'm just looking for anything to re-energize myself, get my energy back if I get into a fight. So, health potions, really. I'm not sure what my other two associates.
Minor, superior.
Minor, most likely.
I have a few. Let me check my supply real quick.
And lifts up a hatch from underneath where he's standing.
Ah, yes. Let me pull out. Let's see. I have about. That's 1, 2. And I think that's all I have as of minor health potions.
How much do you charge for minor health potions?
You look like not the most wealthy lot. Usually I would say 50 gold, but for you I'll say 45.
Can we pay in other ways? Have you ever had a fish job?
The dirty gnome.
It'll blow your mind.
I'm sure. I think I'll be okay. I prefer gold, Ethereum, silver, or copper.
We could do a job for you. Anything done?
A fish job.
That's
Tell
what
you
he
what,
meant.
come back in the morning and I'll give you a job.
For how much potion? Or
I'll give you all 3 if you can do what I need done.
also, how much is a wolf?
Now we're talking business.
I also have questions about your creatures.
Are you here?
Yes.
Okay.
It was, yeah, it was
Sorry, I just want to make sure.
No, I'm not here.
And then it's
Space
the
Commanders.
Which ones would you like to acquire?
Well, she's curious about your wolves. I am looking for something that has very, very keen searching abilities. You'll find things.
Can a wolf do that?
Well, it depends on how well you train it. To form a pact with the wolf, it will cost you an Ethereum. However, in order to get him out of the cage, it'll be 100 gold.
What about that job?
Understood. And for locating, would you prefer aerial or land-based?
That's a question I wasn't prepared for.
Or perhaps I can interest you in the octopus. Both land and aquatic.
Oh. Imagine what those hands can do. Suction knows me. Suck.
Which one has the better locating abilities? Hunting for objects.
Well, I do have this hawk here. He points towards one of the cages where a hawk is currently cowering in a corner. I would imagine for locating things, that one there would be your best bet. Form a pact, and you can, at some points, talk to it. However, that is one of my more expensive pets. Goes for around 2,000 gold.
We have a goal.
Okay. What other options are there? You said you have an octopus and what else?
Ah, yes, the octopus. 500 gold, and it is yours. And if you're looking for land-based specifically, well, nothing tracks better than a crocodile.
Oh God!
And how much is the crocodile? How much is the crocodile?
Crocodile is 1,500 gold.
Oh my God!
Can I get those prices just one more time?
Absolutely. 2,000 gold for the hawk.
Okay.
1,500 for the crocodile. I don't believe I even discussed the octopus yet. The octopus is only 500 gold.
You mentioned that.
Oh, I did.
Yes.
However, I should put out there, just so that we're clear, an octopus is hard to train, even after a pact is made. You want this thing to be very well tamed before you give it a mission.
What use is an octopus on land?
Ever wanted to squeeze an animal through a tiny little pinhole?
Ah, our lockpick. Skeleton king.
I'm sure you can think of many uses for such a extravagant creature.
While they're discussing that, I have a question myself. This is a little more under the table. This is a large city, and I imagine it has quite an underbelly.
Why, yes. I have heard of such an underbelly of the city.
I'm curious as if there's any way, any kind of coliseum or fight pit, individuals can sign up for money.
Well, if you're looking for a fight pit, that's not going to be the underbelly, I'm afraid. You can find that pretty easily.
Really?
Yes, some of the local taverns in town.
What usually do they pay off? Do you have any idea?
Depends on who tallies up. Anyone can tally a certain amount. I've been there myself. Quite the excitement. I would recommend being careful not to boast yourself too highly before just jumping into the ring. Some of the challenges here.
I will fight God.
Sure, little one. How old are you? It's hard to tell with your type.
Yeah.
Fair.
Fight gnome god. Gnome.
Yeah.
Gnomeo and Sherlock Gnome.
The wolf. The wolf? Mangy little beast he is. I'd be happy to get rid of him. 200 gold and an Ethereum for an pact. And you're good. However, that mangy little mutt caused quite the trouble getting him here. So honestly, I don't recommend it.
If we were to complete this job for, say, tomorrow, would we be able to strike a deal to take a pet as part of the payment?
Yeah, potions.
I would give you a discount, but I wouldn't be giving you more than the potions themselves.
Alright.
How much of a discount?
We'll discuss payment, for that matter, afterwards. Depending on how good of a job you do,
Can you tell
I
us
might
more about
give you 50% off.
Can you tell us more about this job? Or do you have maybe more than one that we could do to include an animal?
You see him kind of look up at the doorway, look at a few of the animals before going,
I can't discuss it here, but in the morning, if you come here before I open shop, I open pretty early, just after sunrise. As long as you're here before that and we talk, I can talk the details of this job. But right now, I appear to be incapable of divulging such information.
What is your most inexpensive animal?
My most inexpensive animal would be probably some of the rats running around here.
Do you own them, or are they just infesting your establishment?
A little of both.
Ah. Yeah.
50 gold each rat.
Well, steep for a rat.
Well, family friends.
I too have rat friends.
Could we just take one infesting your establishment and call it good?
As long as you're willing to pay 450 gold. Otherwise, you leave the rats alone.
For an infestation?
They're an infestation in my opinion. But I'm not the only one that lives here.
Is someone okay with this infestation?
You could say they're family of the one that lives downstairs.
Who lives downstairs?
That's all I am divulging.
Well, I'm about done here for now. Before I leave, by any chance, have you heard anything about a goblin infestation outside of town, the town limit?
Goblin Run.
Goblin camps? Anything? We encountered a group of them earlier today. We're looking to strike them out permanently.
you see him thinking very thoroughly to himself for a moment.
Any chance you captured a few of them?
I
There.
still have the blood on my axe from one of them that we killed.
So that's a no-go.
What happens if I caught one?
We could strike a deal.
Well, if you know where they are, maybe we can capture one.
Or more than one for a better deal.
Tell you what, if you capture some goblins for me, we might talk even more further of a deal. But it's getting late. Go, party, have a good time. And I'll see you in the morning. As long as everything is going good for all of you.
When would you prefer us to arrive tomorrow? Before we're off?
Before sunrise.
Before sunrise?
Before sunrise would be preferred.
Wonderful. Okay. Is everyone done here? Until tomorrow, then.
Righto.
No flappy.
Okay.
I still have that spell I can deck.
What if we just can't steal animals?
So, the three of you,
Smithy.
Silver sword.
you get to the door and you immediately hear the very recognizable
Sorry, I'm coming. He opens the door. How can I help all of you?
Hello again.
Yes, that is where you are.
We have a very odd request that we were wondering if you can accomplish.
Another odd request, eh?
Well, this one's less odd. How about that?
Interesting. Tell me.
Well, we've heard tales of men who wear armor, or leather armor with studs in them or spikes in some cases. We are wondering, curious as we wear, can they be studded for payment?
I suppose, is this some kind of aesthetic purpose?
No, it makes them more strengthened or defensible.
Well, if you're looking for something like that, it's gonna cost you.
I imagine so.
Probably, let's see. Let me see him. He kind of grabs a hold of it. Leather bound. Steel armor.
Just leather. Standard leather.
You're wanting steel armor.
Not steel armors.
Well, if it's studded with steel.
Got a point.
I would say for this to be upgraded, but 100 gold.
100 gold. That's actually not too bad. Studded leather.
Yes.
Made flexible set.
However, I expect you to supply the steel.
I imagine that might be a possibility.
Otherwise, it's going to be another 50 gold on top of that.
Interesting.
And that's one piece of armor for 150. Otherwise, bring some steel in and I'll make it 100.
Good to know. All I got is 60 gold. If I sell all of my Ethereum, I've got 60 gold.
I want you to know, the only reason I'm giving you such a good deal is because that gold you brought in. Very intriguing, and I would love to hear stories. So, that's part of the payment. Come back with stories for me. Nothing I like more.
What we can do.
Anything else?
How much gold was exchanged from smelting down that gold from our homeland?
Well, it's about half of the amount.
You said 100 with the supplied iron. Oh, sorry, the supplied steel. How much would the steel go for?
Well, if you were to get steel from me in order to upgrade, it's 50 gold. However, if you find steel somewhere, offer to buy it, I'm sure the same amount is going to go for a lot more.
Are there any other light armors that you supply here that are better than the drab I'm wearing now?
Well, let's see. What do you currently have on?
Just leather.
Just leather? He searches through his sheath of clothing that he currently has put up, a bunch of iron armors and steel armors that are just strewn about. For your fate, I can't imagine most things probably work for you, but I do have this parcel. He picks it up and carries it over to you. Steel armor. I'm gonna have to price this tonight in order to sell it, though. So if you come back, I can probably give you a good price.
Out of game, is that a light armor?
It is a light armor.
Alright.
Steel armor's a lighter.
I appreciate your patronage.
This one is.
I will come back in the morrow.
Sounds good. Just keep in mind, this only seems to fit you because of your stature. I'm not sure if the others would be able to, but
I see.
the others that you had with you, possibly. Currently, I don't think I have anything that fits you other than upgrading your current armor.
What would it cost to spike armor instead of stud?
Spike armor.
Yes, spike armor, very common with dwarves.
Well,
dwarves.
maybe from where you're from. I've never made such a thing. So it'd be a bit of an experiment for me. And then after I was done, I'd have to rough end the price. So not sure just yet, but I'll do some research tonight. Is that all?
One more thing. And I hand him a satchel of gold, like from the homeland.
I see.
We had the exchange rate established before prior. It's yours. I'll come back tomorrow and we'll discuss payment.
Sounds good. I appreciate that. I'll have it all ready by then. Alright, if that's all, I'm gonna be busy tonight with this. So, have a good night. Party well.
Was there too. Didn't need anything.
Fair.
Bye.
Yeah.
You start to cough. Alright, so 3 of you walking out of
Marty's critters.
Marty's Critters. What are you doing?
Party time!
What other shops are around?
Well, quite a few.
There's Marty's Critters.
So we'll get like
Oh no, it's not disconnected again.
Wonder if we should get requests to
Why don't you know the evil?
Oh dear. Oh my.
So quite a few. There's plenty of tiny shops that seem to be more food oriented or just not what you're really into.
Yeah.
But on the way out of the area back towards the city hall, you find a place that's labeled Rolling Capes. And there's a hat for a symbol above the door. Okay. As you walk in, you smell a very vagrant smell of cloth and dry air. As you walk in, there's a seamstress seemingly currently going through a thing of cloth through a very strange magical device that seems to be very similar to what we would call a sewing machine in real life. Oh, I'm sorry, can I help you, miss?
Hi, I was just wondering what if your cloth has special abilities.
Currently, I have none of the sort. However, I do know of a place that has that. You can take any of these mage wares and get them enchanted. Over at the Ashy Enchanters.
And do they enchant many things, or?
Oh, just about anything you can. However, I will say they're very pricey.
Most places here seem to be.
Really? I haven't noticed.
So, what do you sell here?
Oh, just capes and mage wear.
Is it just for style? And
Mostly
wear?
style, but they're very appropriate for hiding specific items or pretty much,
Fitting in, maybe.
yes, capes as well. Something to keep over your head, possibly.
Do you have things that make you look more upper class?
Why, yes, I do. How much did you come in here with?
Well, some beer, some
Alright. Very strange species. I've never seen something like you before. Where are you from?
you know, the waters around.
That's intriguing. Did you come from the sea?
I did.
Wow. Oh, that's quite the story. So, let's see. Something that can survive water. Let's see.
She looks through her stuff, starts cycling through some of the clothing. Some of the racks seem to not actually be connected to anything, and they just hover as she twirls her hands, and they start twirling around. And she sees something that seems to catch her eye and go,
oh, yes. This right here.
it's a very blue dress. This seems embroiled with golden stripes. They can roll down the whole dress. It ends right past where the waist starts with a stocking that seems to just hang.
So, this one in particular, I just worked on a few months ago. It's resistant to water. It has a little bit of a wax coating on it. If you use this properly, you can hide just about anything in the inner pockets. And I'm sure you will look very, very desirable in this. So, I priced this one about 500 gold.
Put a lot of my budget for clothing. Huh?
Understandable. What is your budget?
Cheaper.
Oh, I'm sorry, dearie. I don't know if I have anything in stock that you could afford.
It's okay.
Well, if you ever have the chance, this will be waiting for you. I'll even put it in stock if you want.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. Have a wonderful day.
You as well.
We're gonna be poor in this city forever, guys.
These are actual D&D prices, by the way.
That's why
This
I've
isn't
got
just like I'm
houses.
pricing things high. I was just being really nice on the previous campaign.
You know how much their jobs pay them? Does their job pay them like 100 gold per day?
Yeah, what's their minimum wage? Can we just get a
Depends on the
normal job?
Yeah, let's just get jobs.
Normal city.
Dibs
I'll go
on
mining.
working for Marty.
Mining.
Alright, so, what's everybody doing now?
Well, us three are heading over to the city hall
Oh,
first
okay.
to go in for a special purpose that I have in mind.
Just
Okay.
out of game, can Ethereum be studded into armor?
Not that you've ever heard of, but go ahead and roll a history check.
Dude, you just rolling
Nat
so
one?
bad tonight.
3.
3?
Yeah, hold on. It probably won't change it, but...
Yeah, probably not. So,
History check is
unfortunately,
plus 10.
you've never heard of Ethereum laced or studded or really anything intertwined armor.
It went to 8, by the way. I forgot I had plus 5. So.
Yeah, it's still not much.
Yeah, so...
No information from what you know of. However, anything is possible.
Right. I'll try to do that.
Alright, so 3 of you, what were you doing?
Well, we finished up at Marty's Critters and that one. Do you guys want to go to the Ashen shop and then hit City Hall or just City Hall?
Maybe expensive anyway. So let's just go to City Hall.
Okay, City Hall to ask about goblins then.
Okay. So, about all of you reach there at the same time then.
Okay.
As you all meet up and you see each other, you're a little ahead, but you see the others heading that direction from down south.
Hello.
A little bit further.
Oh no.
We found a job for tomorrow. If we do it properly, we'll snag 3 minor health potions for our group. On top of that, if we capture a goblin and bring it to this man, we might be able to negotiate something more.
Critters. We get a discount.
Did he tell us all of everything that, like, how much the critters were?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just say we did.
Guys, we can have a crocodile.
We can have a rat.
It's pretty expensive.
Did he mention what the job was?
He
Nothing.
said
He
if you could
refused.
discuss the one. Yeah.
So we have business in the morning. Lovely.
We should ask
Just
around
before
town to the
sunrise.
other shops and see if they need any work done. Maybe we can get some discounts on some of the other items.
You can. I have business over at the city hall.
Also at the City Hall, we never asked about the guard. Royal Guard.
That's fair.
That's true.
Well, if we get into the Royal Guard position, we won't be able to leave town.
That is true. That would probably be something more permanent. Unless they have temporary work.
Let's gather information first.
Maybe envoy mission.
Did you want to continue getting information from the other merchants?
At this point, I think we're probably tapped out. The only, have you guys been to the, what is the shop called? The Ashen something?
No. I expect it to be just as expensive as everything else.
Certainly, but we have no idea what their wares are.
You are welcome to a look.
You're mild-mannered for an orc.
When I want to be.
Let's go to
The sun is now setting.
To City Hall.
And we do have to get to the place in the morning before sunrise, so we need time to sleep.
That's true. Best
And
for City Hall then.
The people seem to be coming out of each of the buildings. Some of them are shutting and clocking their doors. City Hall doesn't seem to be affected by this, but there's a lot of shop owners that are currently giddily closing up shop and heading towards the closest tavern.
I am curious to see what this festivity is.
You can separate and check it out.
Festivities.
I'm only going to ask a
Closing
few
the-
questions to the city hall. After all, we can meet you at the tavern.
I am going to see what kind of information I can get from the local strongman.
Just meet us back at the barn when it's all over.
Meet you back at the barn.
Please
Check.
find me.
If you need me, I'll be at the nearest tavern.
Okay.
So,
Loris, do you wish to accompany me to the tavern?
I am awfully tired.
all right, City Hall for me and Teddy here.
Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and say that we're going to finish this off for tonight, and we'll come back tomorrow, or the next session. Tomorrow for you guys. I don't know. No? Still? Okay. I'm dumb. But yeah, we'll come back next time and finish this day out, and then we'll see where things go, because it's about to get interesting. So thank you guys for watching. We love you, and we'll see you guys next Wednesday on Twitch.
I will get into a gnome fight.
I want it. I want to see that.
See you, everybody.
Bye bye.
I want to see Jonah get his face beaten in.
Dude, just for that, I will use nothing but like melee.
Just magic.
Just melee.
Oh.
Gotta make it worthwhile.
Just slightly.